semuanya, kembali lagi bersama dengan Haname di sini. Welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Sudah makan, sudah minum, waras nih. Welcome. Gimana kabar kalian? Kembali lagi bersama dengan Haname Bebe yang suka nge-stream. Welcome. Welcome Oike. Waduh, di reverse banget tuh ya bang ya. Aku sampai gak bisa baca tuh reverse. Ya, reverse 99 lagi. Kita soalnya mau ngejar story kan. Kita udah sampai story berapa itu 5 titik ya, story 5 udah selesai semua. Sekarang kita ke spesial tuh ada apa sih? Spesialnya pakai telur, pakai apa nih? Aku pure baru kayak pure baru kah? Baru balik lagi atau baru berkelana? Welcome Michael. Aduh. Hey. Oke, tanpa berlama-lama kita langsung gas. Pure baru bangun. Baru bangun ke terus main. Habis main aku tidur. Bukan ya? Terakhir kita apa namanya di reverse 1999 itu didatengin sama pesawat ya. Nah, sekarang ini spesialnya ceritain apa? Oh, so Tebi.
This is the library in Burton School. So many people here. They're probably around my age.
A gorgeous sub-green dress jumps into the library of SPDM. Its owner keeps talking in sync.
We've also got this many shelves in the library of Sotheby's Manor. Are there any alchemy workshops and potion warehouses here, like in our manor?
The young lady stands on tiptoe, looking around in this place curiously.
Where can I find Miss Buanish? Madam Z told me to come here, but she didn't give any other clues.
Oh, nyari si
The people here really need
Matilda
Mr.
ya.
Teaketler, who is always nice and warm to the guests. Just twist his teapot ear, then he can take you anywhere.
Halo, Drians. Welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Semoga sudah minum, sudah sehat, sudah waras nih. Welcome. Iya, Matilda.
If I had made it before I came, Miss Buanish and I might have met by now. Or she will just pop up behind me. Are you looking for me?
Beneran dong pop up behind me.
Oh my word!
Sampai kaget gak tuh? Terkaget-kaget.
That was too loud. Where are my manners?
Tetapi straighten the wing clothes on her dress and give out her hand like a real lady.
Oh, nice to meet you. Are you Miss Buanish?
Gimana ngomongnya?
Oops, that was too loud. Where am I?
Bentar.
Oh, nice to meet you. Are you Miss Buanish?
Nice to meet you. Are you Miss Bonnie? Lucu banget sih suaranya sih. Apa namanya Sotebi? The other girl's not haughtily. Her uniform speak for herself. Seem to be historic first meeting for them.
That's fantastic. How did you
Dua orang
find
ini
me?
mirip-mirip
Did
ya.
you see
Apa
me
namanya?
in the
Sifatnya
crystal
Bonnie.
orb? Either way, it is the great arcanum. I'm much greater than that. Look at you, dressed as if you'd just been to a ball. You are as eye-catching as the pigment board on a sketch. I saw you the moment I came into the library. A ball? Does the foundation hold balls too?
No.
Non, I'm saying... Est-ce que tous les amis de Vertine parlent comme ça? Never mind. Madame Z told me you wanted to look up the materials on the mysterious school that believes in numbers here. That's right. Miss Moisson told me she will thoroughly check the documents
Tetapi
in the
namanya
foundation
ribet,
archive.
panggilnya Soto
Then
aja
I'll go through
udah.
the books in the SDM library.
Soto
If we can find anything
Makassar,
about that
soto
school, we can be of more help to Burton and her
soto
team.
apaan nih?
I'm sorry, Miss Sotheby, but I'm afraid the situation is going to disappoint you. While you spend the last hour looking for Ticketler's ear, the kind-hearted monitor assistant already gained a valuable access to the library. But I haven't found any records regarding the mysterious school that believes in numbers.
Halo Alan, welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Sudah makan, sudah minum, sudah sehat, sudah suara sini, welcome. Like a bolt out of the blue.
Oh, but Miss Mossel said there are so many books here that they can cover the entire back of a Stronsay beast. That's a bit exaggerated, but she's right. Nevertheless, the librarian was transferred to a more important position years ago due to the storm. Many old books are not yet
Nama lengkap
sorted.
Soto Lamo.
Some even went missing
Kenapa
in
harus
the chaos.
Lamongan? Kenapa harus Lamongan?
The only relevant materials I could find are the stories of Pythagoras and some books on mathematical theorems. But I don't think they have
Aku baru
anything to
apa,
do with
Alan? Aku baru
Vertine's
sadar.
issue.
Baru apa? Baru bangun juga. What Matilda sees now is a pair of tear-dim eyes.
That means I can't do anything to help them. Please stop being emotional. It doesn't work on this professional member of the Foundation.
She looks away and clears her throat like a grown-up.
Without field investigation permission, I can't take you out to collect information. But in fact, there is still another reference room only known to the most outstanding monitor assistant. Hooray!
Hooray! Lucunya. Our student in the library cast disgruntled glance at me. Berisik ya, berisik.
It's a violation to make noises in the library. Please follow me, Miss Sotheby.
Kamu juga berisik ya, Matilda. Enggak cuma Sutebi doang yang berisik. Kau juga berisik. Halo Lanco, welcome. Gue udah ngobrol hari ini. Udah makan, sudah minum, sudah suara sini. Welcome. Tall shelf. Unfamiliar surrounding. An impossible mission. That the girls walk through the shelf like fish swimming through coral.
Thank you so much, Miss
Minum aja dah. Minum apa? Minum air, minum atau minum kenyataan tuh.
I haven't heard that word for a very long time. I
Ball.
remember what Mr. Carson, my butler, had taught me. He said, express your gratitude to fair ladies by holding a grand ball. I'll write to my father and ask for a brand new, unsinkable and maneuverable rock and roll park. I'm sure he will gladly say yes. Maneuverable rock and roll park? Yes. We can hold a twist ball on it when Burton and Hatim are back. Please allow me to say no. The monitor assistant of SPDM will never participate in such an inelegant activity. Wait, did you just say Burton and her team? We can talk about the ball later. The kind-hearted Matilda Buanish will try her best to help you
Matilda
with the task.
Buanish.
But, of course, it's
Lagi
only out of
baca-baca,
her sense of
baca-baca apa?
responsibility, not for some personal reasons.
They go faster and faster. Finally they reach their destination. Baca masa depanku dengan bukan. Maksudku baca masa depanmu dengan dia. Enggak. To pass the fragmented eras in the future and to store the currently unimportant files and reports. People built this reference room in the shape of a box with a gray and white wall. During this awful time, which might last for ages, people call it the footnote of history.
Here we are. The reference room storing unnecessary information. It's a place ignored by most staff.
Oh, unnecessary.
Even so, this careful, reliable monitor assistant will not let go of any details.
Wih, Matilda mengingat semuanya anjir. They knock under this sign haughtily.
I hereby officially appoint you as the Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant of SPDM. I will take my responsibility and teach you how to become a devoted foundation member.
Tiba-tiba Sutepi menjadi asisten. Matilda pulled off the cloth covering the archive of cabinet. Just rise in the air. Waduh, batuk-batuk anjir.
these unsorted old files. All of them.
All of them? The monitor assistant takes a dusty file from the cabinet. The paper inside has already turned yellow.
I have searched all the archived ones.
Halo, not my
These
crystal.
are the
Gimana
last
kabar
files.
hari ini? Terima kasih sudah menang. Sudah
Most of them are discarded administrative documents, low priority materials, and substandard reports written by rookie investigators. By the way, you should know I didn't sort any of them out for you, and they don't necessarily have what you want. Alright, leave them to me. I love reading.
Matilda itu sundere banget anjir. Lucu banget sih.
Here's the key. Keep it safe. You can sit on the cushions there when you sort out the files. I don't want your dress to stain the stone bench. I'll go see if I missed any files. Listen, this monitor assistant will test you on your familiarity with these files when she's back.
Ah, so sweet banget sih. Tapi sundere banget anjir, sumpil.
Double check completed. Looks like I didn't miss any relevant files. Phew, quite a long day. I doubt if that spoiled lady can finish all the materials. She must have been bored and fallen asleep, waiting for her tea kettler in the dream.
Apakah iya enggak sih? Apa
It takes much
namanya
more
juga
than dancing
Sotepi
at
pasti
balls
udah
to be a
selesai enggak sih?
foundation investigator. I'll send her back to that teacher when she wakes up. In the end, it will be the kind-hearted Matilda who finishes the task for her. Being a great monitor assistant comes with great responsibility.
Okay, Matilda gently pulls the door open. Surprisingly, she is welcomed with an energetic greeting.
Oh, Miss Boanish!
Standing on a ladder, Sotepi gives her a big smile with a stack of files in her hand. The files she didn't finish reading are scattered on the ground, while the other have been well organized in the cabinet.
You didn't fall asleep. Did you sort out these files? Yes. And I love these books in uncommon shapes. There are so many wonderful stories.
Sotepi, Lord!
I often read books with Sasana when father wasn't at home. We read and read until the red bomb waves woke up the sun. Moreover, these files are much easier than Miss Moisson's reading task.
Oh,
Yeah.
Moisan itu
Gentlemen from
apa
River
ngajarin
Conway
Sotepi
came the whole
sebelumnya?
group of our
Oh,
ranks. How marvelous is that? Oh, okay. Looks like you meet the basic requirements for being a rookie investigator. Tu es plus ou moins qualifié pour être mon assistante en chef.
tiba-tiba pakai bahasa French. The young lady doesn't pay much attention to the mumbles from the monitor assistant. She's busy announcing her big
And
discovery.
I also found this interesting report. It tells a lot about the storm and the numbers. Will this be helpful to Burton? Show it to me.
Oh, nemuin. Oh, detailed pile of yellow paper from Sotheby. This neat and orderly written report has no beginning nor end. Officially, the author is meticulous person.
I have to say, it is undoubtedly a violation to submit such a report, but it will be a travesty of the truth and human sense if I cover it up.
Peace, sense, justice. They have always been the creeds in my heart, and are now the reason why I have decided
Kayak
to write down
suaranya
the whole thing.
seseorang.
A long time has passed since the first attack of the most severe crisis in our
Kayak
time.
suaranya Madam C
I'm
bukan?
still wondering, what on earth does it mean? That was the eve of the millennium, of which no one had any memories, illogically. The next day, time was already reversed to 1996, the moment we opened our eyes. We walked out of the building made of grey and white marble as usual, hardly aware that the sun we bathed in was from another time. Our survival was unexpected and almost unbelievable in such a calamity which swept the globe. Why did the headquarters of the Foundation survive the reverse? Why couldn't we find our younger selves in the outside world? Did any other region survive it as we did? What was the cause behind this calamity? I didn't know, nor did anyone else. Things remained unclear until time was reversed again. This time, we all
Suaranya
witnessed
sangat-sangat
that reign
familiar,
in the
tapi aku nggak
80s.
tahu suaranya siapa.
These files Version needs. I think so.
Sampai mati dah pun tidak bisa berbicara, anjir. He say in a trembling voice, this monitor assistant who always claimed to have a cool head has never panicked so much.
It's a report written by someone who witnessed the storm. And it has recorded the storms before Verton became the timekeeper.
Oh, apakah itu mamanya timekeeper? Mamanya Vertin? Ah, ya juga. Oh, who are you, lady? Who are you who write the report? Who are you, lady?
Before she became the timekeeper? Whoa. So Verton wasn't born a timekeeper.
Timekeeper, penjaga tank. Time,
No
not
one is
tank.
born a
Kalau tank mah
timekeeper.
yang
It's not
duar
an
gitu.
title. Anyway, this report includes the secret chronology only accessible to the core members of the Foundation. You can only check it under the
It's
supervision
time.
of the monitor
Yeah.
assistant before you
Time.
become a
Time
qualified
report.
investigator.
I did the task of the folder carefully.
No matter what the reason is, it shouldn't have been shoved in this dusty room like rubbish. To evaluate its authenticity and risk, the genius Matilda Boiniche will fulfill her duty as the monitor assistant and carry out a thorough inspection of this report. If you agree to this resolution, please nod, Assistant Sotheby.
The speech is full of terminology Sotheby has never heard of, but it doesn't matter. Based on the tone of the speech, she has already decided how to answer.
Yes.
It's not really ladylike for you to hooray, isn't it, Lady Sotheby?
That was 1985. A gloomy, miserable night compared to that peaceful morning in 1996, when we were only bothered by confusion. We didn't expect time to be reversed again, nor did we understand the consequence. Even now,
Again.
I still remember Paulina's desperate cry. One of her hens was already inside the safe area when she fell at the entrance to the headquarters. And that was the only part of her
Cuman
left
ketinggalan
of the
tangannya doang.
The only legacies we found were an engagement ring on that hand and her favorite blue polka dot scarf, which we used to wrap her remains in.
Allah.
To be honest, I admired those who still remained calm and sympathized with the arcanists on the edge of mental breakdown. It had nothing to do with the 1/4 arcanist blood in her
Sangat-sangat
body.
traumatik banget ya, anjir.
It was
Di
only the
depan
kind of
mata
empathy
loh.
which all mankind would share out of instinct in the face of a hopeless calamity. We lost many, too many colleagues. In the materials they sent back, we even saw all the horrifying phenomena, such as one's veins turning into electric wires. Since then, the storm, a word simply taken from visual observation, has been used to refer to the calamity. Of course, we can have a word for the calamity itself.
Oh, kayaknya pertama kalinya
What words
foundation
should we use
dibangun,
to
atau enggak?
conclude all the absurdity and panic? Before the storm, we were all familiar with time. It was supposed to be a straight line connecting the past and the future.
Berarti ini
We followed
selama
the line
ini
to move
maju
forward.
mundur kah
We
waktunya?
broke free from ignorance. We built civilizations. We developed technologies. We promoted the well-being of mankind. And we improved our living conditions step by step. We were so sure that we were making progress on the right path. But then, the path was taken away all of a sudden. Oh, time. Our closest old friend.
Halo Nema,
Where are you
welcome.
taking
Gimana kabarmu
us?
hari ini? Sudah makan, sudah minum, sudah sehat, sudah
Back
harus
to
ini
the two
welcome.
most
Apalah,
painful
kenapa,
war
apa?
times in the 20th century. The era when no one had ever heard the hiss of steam engines, or the century when mankind was yet to be enlightened. So far, mankind has achieved a lot in history. Dynamos, automobiles, flyovers, railways, hospitals, poorhouses. But if it goes on like this, what is the point of all the efforts we have made?
Iya anjir, bapak wes.
Now we are like a shipwreck
Maju
left
mundur
on the island of
maju
time,
mundur cantik ya.
witnessing the fall of the whole modern world in the unstoppable tsunami. Even though the foundation has lost a lot of staff members, they are still doing fine compared to Laplace.
Oh, ini di lab.
My younger brother was a good example. He was the most sensible person I have ever known. On the first day of the second reverse, he told me, in a calm manner,
Brother. Yes.
At least we have reaffirmed that Newton was right. There was never an arrow of time in classical mechanics. Neither in relativity nor quantum mechanics.
Wah, agak terdengar
That
orang
means
gila.
this is absolutely normal.
Terdengar seperti
Whether the
saintis
time
gila.
goes backwards or forwards, even if it starts spinning around
Halo
like a
Triagi,
tabletop
welcome. Gimana
football
kabarmu
player.
hari ini? Sudah makan, sudah minum, sudah sehat, sudah suara sini. Welcome. Walah,
We can
masuk
go back in
tiba-tiba
time
ngomong
and keep going
gacha.
carry a medal of great profit.
Mana? Halo Buek,
the next day
halo.
he almost fell off the 6th floor due to excessive drinking. All the perceptions of time and space developed to this day were overthrown. We couldn't find any theories to explain the storm in any existing researches. There could only be two reasons for this situation. Either we've
Aku
been
kan orangnya
completely
kalau
wrong all
ngobrol
the
nggak suka
time,
langsung tatap-tatapan gitu. Nah, kok
or
aku
we've come
sering
to a
ya
brand
kayak
new
dibilang
world.
aneh. Emang aneh kah? Enggak sih.
In this new world,
Namanya juga
can
kalau
never make
misalnya
sense in the
ngomong
way
nggak
of
suka
science,
natap matanya
without
orang. Soalnya aku
physics.
pengennya
it
natap
cannot
masa
be
depanku
verified
bersamamu.
by independent third party,
Bukan.
and it is
Soalnya
impossible to
kayak
comprehend it through
canggung
reason.
banget anjir tatap-tatapan mata kayak
Is it true that we
mau
have been going the
perang.
wrong way?
Maksud
Is it
enggak,
true that
enggak.
those once proven wrong by history, those alchemists
La.
who claim to possess gnosis, are actually on the right path?
Aku juga jarang kok apa
The one
namanya
who put
natap
an end to the
matanya
chaos
orang.
was indeed not
Yang
a
ku
human.
tatap adalah rambutnya. Kalau nggak gitu
Still,
bajunya.
I had no
Soalnya
idea what
aneh
it was.
anjir tatap-tatapan mata.
claimed to
Lo
be a
buat
machine
apa
which
natap
never stops
mata? Enak
working.
enggak, lupakan.
It
Anyway.
lacked the limitations of our brains and the metaphysical mistakes we make
Nah itu,
ceaselessly.
iya kan apanya yang aneh?
But
Malah
it did solve the most
bukannya
urgent
di zaman
issue.
dulu kalau
The system
natap-natap
was built to
mata,
tackle
tatap-tatapan mata
storm-relevant
itu enggak
emergencies
sopan
after
ya.
it took charge of Laplace.
Alice
The
wae
first
wae
measure
be.
it adopted was
Alice,
contacting all the
iso
existing branches of
Alice.
the foundations at the time.
Ngeliat
Confirm the
apa
scale of
hidungnya,
available
ngeliat mulutnya, ngeliat telinganya, opo ae sing didelok bukan matane. BTW welcome kasih deh, welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Sudah makan, sudah minum, sudah sehat, harus ini welcome.
responsible for deducing the cause of the storm were established. Even though there were
Biasanya
countless
Hana
disagreements
ngeliatnya
during the
ngeliat
research,
rambut sih.
at least we had taken the first step.
Ngeliatin rambut putihnya mana
I
ya?
handed in the application to
Gue
take
juga
part
kan
in this mission,
secara tipikal mata kan kayak
determined
orang
to get
yang
rid of the fog in my
datar
mind.
gitu loh, jarang berekspresi.
In 1986, I was assigned to the office in Egypt. All my friends came to the dock to see me off.
Pasti dia omongin kayak gini, kamu dengerin nggak sih?
Even though we were equipped with the emergency communication devices issued by Laplace, we were still not clear when the storm would assault us, or where we could hide nearby. What really scared me was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant. Then I boarded the ship to Alexandria from Athens. And that was when I met.
Kalau aku tuh ngeliat ya kayak ke kanan atau ke kiri gitu. Nah
Now when
itu,
I recall it,
ke kanan ke
it was
kiri.
almost impossible to ignore the
Kayak-
group of tourists on the ship. There were about a dozen of them, all in eccentric stitched robes.
Ih, Nah itu gimana hidup udah sedikit hancur gini berharap mengeluarkan ekspresi. Anjay, ya.
I talked to them. No matter how much that conversation
Bilang aja, mukaku nggak berekspresi karena kamu tidak amusing. Ngajak tengkar itu anjir, sumpah.
The storm in 1996, and they noticed the unusual changes taking place in the world as well. That means
Jangan didengerin bang, jangan didengerin bang.
a group of survivors from the millennium.
Aduh, Haname ngajarin kok ngajarin yang jelek kok. Stop turning the page.
Wait. A school of arcanists who survived the storm?
Ngobrol juga nggak banyak ngomong. Nah, kalau misalnya ada yang ngomong, kamu kok apa namanya jarang ngomong sih, ngomong aja. Bahasanmu nggak menarik. Aduh, Haname kok sukanya sarkas ya. Sarkas itu enak anjir, sumpil. Tapi paling enak memang dengerin nggak sih daripada disuruh berpendapat. Soalnya kadang berpendapat juga nggak didengerin. Nah, ngapain anjir berpendapat kalau nggak didengerin ya. Jadi kalau aku tuh yang diem tapi tutup poin. Kayak gini ya, omongan lu tuh nggak masuk akal gitu. Lu tuh nggak lu tuh nggak lucu. The chief assistant of the military assistant lets out a cheer.
Certainly, it's what we deserve for all the efforts today.
Memang paling enak itu langsung tutup poin gak sih daripada ngalor ngidul nggak ngaruan, nggak ngerti ngomong ngapain.
Unnecessary information. Did they misput it here after the chaos of the storm?
Nah, aku kira. Putting her confusion aside, Matilda turns to the next page of the record. Kenapa? Itu pun introvert juga jadi agak kena combo.
He was an engineer as well as an arcanist. We shared the same preference for human technology. And that
Ya kan, kita introvert. Disuruh ngomong tapi sukanya dipotong, atau disuruh berpendapat tapi nggak didengerin. Alah, males lah. Mending gue nyari tempat yang dengerin kan ya. Ya betul. Ngapain lu aku melihatku tatap dua bola matamu, kan nggak usah. Ya penting, kamu nggak penting saya untuk menatap matamu itu. Sudah jadi sehari-hari. Kadang-kadang giding-giding pengen gua piting. Mau ngobrol sesuatu yang orang ono malah motong. Iya kan, mau ngobrol sesuatu potong, tapi kalau udah diem ngomong lu kok diem. Monyong kadal. Lu yang nggak bisa diem anjing. Monyong kadal.
An unreasonable catastrophe itself. Her existence was just
Mau jelasin orang-orang malah motong. Emang monyong kadal. Jawab salah, diem ditanyain terus. Ganti temen lah. Ganti lingkungan. Mari kita buat desa introvert enggak ya?
She was quite a kind, warm-hearted person. Among all the unregistered arcanists I've met, she was one of the nicest ones towards the Foundation. She looked young, even though I heard she had a daughter too. Besides, she still possessed the innocence of a child. And that kind of excitement exclusive for genius. That's right. It seems
Ini seseorang yang bertemu dengan mamanya timekeeper kah?
Our communication was heart-stirring at the beginning. Both of us were eager to find out what was happening. Like two shipwrecked victims grappling at each other on the sea.
Wait.
But I didn't have the slightest idea what she was talking about, actually.
Oh, wait. Ini ketemu sama mamanya 37. Ini bicarain itu kah? Iya kayaknya ini bicarain apa namanya ship yang kena storm itu. Kalau masalah kayak gitunya sama ortu ya kali ganti.
What this one said was
Betul juga
illogical
ya.
nonsense which
Bener
no
juga.
one could ever
Bener
imagine.
sih, kalau temen masih bisa ganti temen.
She claimed
Ya
it
kalau
was a
manusia,
word of numbers,
kalau orto
above
mah,
all else.
ya udah ganti
As the
keluarga deh.
non-physical essences of all
Ganti
things
keluarga.
exist in the
Kamu
form of
bikin keluarga
timeless,
sendiri. Nah, kan keluar
absolute,
tuh dari apa nomor
unchangeable
rumah.
ideas, and that the physical
Ini
world with
nasihat
time
apa toh
flows
Hanami?
is nothing but an appendage which has never been real.
Nasihat gak bener loh Hanami. Kamu tuh
And that's why the
ngomong
chaos
apa
in
tuh
this world
Mbak?
is not worth any attention, and we should focus on what happened to the
ortu udah
supreme
konflik jadi agak
existence.
susah buat berubah dikit. Ya
What
emang
about
nggak.
disaster
Kalau misalnya
combining
ortu
modern
tuh
maths with
biasanya
ancient
yang sudah
superstition?
tua itu kadang lebih
I
susah
saw another hubristic
diubah
arcanist
karena apa
ending
ya,
up with a
pikirannya
prophet
tuh
by
sudah
reliving
menancap di
Platonism.
dalam dada.
I
Ngawur
don't
loh.
even bother to
Aku gak
mention
salah
all
loh,
the
tapi ya gak
actual
bener
soul
sih.
numbers. Even the New Age movement could use some of her
Kau
absurdity.
gak bener ya loh Hanami, ya ampun.
But that was not yet the end. She even claimed to be aware of the exact year when the next reverse would happen.
Iya. Ini
When I
berarti
asked her about it,
ketemu sama
seriously,
mamahnya
she
37.
said,
My apologies. I've made an oath. I shall and only shall reveal the demonstration to people who have their own soul numbers.
Kan.
I'm not sure whether she was making fun of me or being serious.
Halo Jika, welcome. Gimana kabarmu
I had
hari
this
ini? Semoga
feeling
sudah
that
minum
she
sudah
was
suruh
eager to
suara
tell
ini
me how she
welcome.
was granted the secret.
Kalau
through a
temen
moment
ya,
of
circleku
Vegas.
kecil cuma 5-6
It
orang.
seemed she just saw through the
Pun
laws
tadi pagi
behind
dapat
all
kabar
things
temanku
instead of
keracunan
finding
thinner.
them through logical deduction.
Kenapa? Ngapain sama thinner anjir?
Can't you see
Thinnernya dibau.
It is right in front of you.
Lama mau ngefly. Kataku mah.
After I expressed my
Meski
inability
kesel
to
tetap harus
comprehend her
berbagi dan
words
sopan.
30 times,
Nah.
she finally
Ya
gave
udah,
up and offered
daripada
regrets.
kesel, mending kalian
I'd rather
apa
take
bikin
it as any
keluarga
kind
baru
of
terus udah gitu
humiliation.
kalian pindah ke rumah baru.
What
Nah.
really irritated me
Problem solve.
was her
Tapi ada
contempt
problem
towards
lainnya.
science and all the scientific research
Kamu punya
methods.
keluarga baru.
As far as I'm concerned, the value of a
Kalau
theory
ketika
lies
ngasih
in its
penjelasan dijawab
reliability,
alasan
universality,
terus, jawab
and
terus,
generalizability.
X terus, HP terus, enggak.
Our pursuit of the truth
Aduh,
has laid the foundation
ya.
of modern science, allowing us to change the world.
aku nggak bisa ngomong sih kalau itu.
Yet, in her eyes, the value of a theory lies in its beauty. I talked to her on the current situation, and I told her how we would save lives and preserve the hard-earned technology of mankind if we could find the pattern of the storm. It was of course not an easy thing to do and would take enormous manpower, so I asked her sincerely to join the Foundation. Yet again she responded with contempt. She believed they would only become another military squad of the Foundations.
Darling, maths are beautiful for their uselessness. That's why it remains noble and graceful in this sordid world, despite you humans' reckless action of using it to calculate ballistic.
Nggak salah
She
sih
turned down my
katanya dia.
invitation and left an unfairly
jadi
negative
bagian
comment on our storm observation project.
The observation stations you built are destined to be toppled.
Nggak tahu,
because
ada
their
temanku
basis
lain
is the
cerita
fragile
gini
world
pas
that follows the laws
day
of
one itu
physics.
temanku yang keracunan itu disuruh bongkar lantai kayu kan pakai thinner biar gampang. Dia keracunannya karena itu.
which
Oh
will only be
pantes.
carried away by the
Thinnernya
next tidal
isep
wave.
thinnernya terus. Itu temanku
But
yang
I
jelasin yang sudah terjadi
Perhaps
itu
our
dia
efforts
langsung
are in vain.
aku ketawain
but
aja sebagai
someone
karma
has to
akibat
do it.
ketawain aku yang PKL
We
beda
will try every
jurusan.
corner
Aha,
possible
karma lu
before
kapok.
making the conclusions of the world we are living
Makanya
in
jangan
is
suka
already a
ketawain.
hopeless ruin.
Keracunan dia. Gawat banget aja.
What a pragmatic, rigorous, and rational speech. But dear, the world is a hopeless ruin.
The conversation ended in disagreement. I don't know why arcanists hate the world so much. Perhaps the reason is they have never been truly accepted. To this day, I still remember her venomous conclusion.
The world built on past experiences has ended. In your words, which you used to mock us, why not embrace the reality?
Katanya dia lagi pengecekan 2 hari.
Yet about the gnosis which she
Anjir.
deeply believed in, and the
DWS
so-called
tapi nggak
prophecy
usah
she made
DWS.
through numbers,
Biar
she had
kapok
never given any proofs or details
Padahal
that
niatan
showed
mau nonton film
rigorous
Kamis
logic.
jadi undur Jumat itu pun nggak jamin.
And
Ya
the reason
anjir
for her
keracunan kayak
inactions
gitu.
was an oath she had made before some stone?
Yeah?
Therefore, I believed her words were only the nonsense of a lunatic. When we first met, I thought she was different from all those psychos who mistook the malfunction of their prefrontal cortex as the will of God. But they turned out to be the same. In the name of human sense, I swore everything she said was absurd and ridiculous to me. Until...
Still? Berarti ini 4 memang udah dari dulu ya?
Madame Z said the arcanists on that island are all named after numbers because they have a strong belief that numbers are the essence of their souls. The investigator wouldn't write down her name. Is it because of the conflict between their beliefs?
Maybe. Matilda turns to the next page eagerly as if checking the novel broke in class by some undisciplined student. But the reality welcomes her with an empty page.
Huh? That's all?
Maybe because the story ends with an abrupt stop or the hope is raised as death down. Matilda cleans her handkerchief with her sweaty palm.
Submitting such an unfinished report would only cause problems for the reviewers and evaluators. But this investigator didn't even write down their name.
Ya, investigator siapa? Oh,
Don't worry, Miss Burnish. I'm familiar with this situation. Every time after the brave Typhon defeats Jupiter, he returns to the Auto Island. But each time we twist the ear of Mr. Glassbox, Typhon will show up again and again. Ms. Moisson told me the ear is the key to bringing back our hope.
here.
Wait, don't tell me you are talking about the shows on the mechanical television.
Ignoring the monitor assistant confusion, the enthusiastic young lady starts looking around for the ear that carries all her hope.
Stop, Miss Sotheby. Please, take a seat on the cushion and listen to me carefully.
Ya, kenapa
This
mati
is a detailed report written by a formal investigator
Pun
on
ada
the
lagi temen
conditions.
yang lain
Like
ya,
some TV show
gimana
full of
ya
cliffhangers.
bilangnya, nggak ada bahasa halusnya
We will
lagi,
definitely
simpelnya
find
buangan
the
kecil
rest somewhere.
tapi keluarnya katanya sih kekurangan minum, padahal udah aku suruh minum banyak tapi cuman iya aja.
Who took away the other part of the book?
Oh, that's
Usually, they
that's
will be attracted by
hurt,
Luna
bro.
Fixer, and by following their traces, we'll
Kata
find
dokter
their
itu.
lairs in the stable.
You mean someone took it away?
Cing batu kah, batu ginjal kah,
That's
sampai
highly
begitu
possible.
anjir.
Dangerous is not
Ayo.
allowed in the Foundation, especially under the Monitor Assistant's management.
We must prepare Luna Fixer. Don't forget their favorite jigging magical beans. I don't have those materials with me right now, but I can write to them. It only takes a month.
This disconcerting conversation is clearly too much for this rigorous monitor assistant.
Nuh-uh, we don't need that.
After taking a deep breath, Matilda takes out her crystal orb. An ambitious smile spread over her face.
You've perfectly accomplished the task from me when you found this
Udah,
valuable
nggak tahu
report.
dah tuh anak.
Well done, Assistant
Sekolah
Sotheby.
aja makannya mie terus.
Now it's
Nah,
time for the
sehat,
great Matilda.
sehat,
Show a little
sehat,
bit of
sehat.
her
Dibilang disuruh minum terus dia jawab ya jarang, tapi sering juga. Jadi gimana? Jadi maumu gimana, Mas? Mas? Kau ku tampar dikit boleh lah, Mas. Mas juga gua anjir, Mas. Saatnya meramal. There is no moonlight during the daytime, but the moon is not the only choice for divination.
Judging from the omen, it's at the northwest, the beginning and the ending of the ring, where the wall reflects repeatedly.
Holding the crystal orb with both hands, Matilda keeps adjusting her position while trying to figure out the fake vision in the sphere. They will follow her with a curious face.
The northwest of SPDM. This one is straightforward. The beginning and the ending of the ring is not a problem either. The icon of the computing center is exactly the
palanya diaspal kali ya. Kayaknya seru. Gesek dikit kayaknya dia bakal langsung sadar ya.
Where the wall reflects
Juga gua.
repeatedly. Does that mean a closed room with mirrors? The mirror in the display center is a huge kinescope in the wall. And the one in the airtight laboratory is a crystal clear observation window. The one in the rehab center? No. The mirrors in the operation room have been replaced with curved electronic screens of steel structure after that xenopilot made a scene. So, where is the answer?
The answer is nothing. He slowly turned around trying to find the perfect angle for clearer vision. White figure stormed away from her side, almost bumping off the orb. The seat tightly hold.
You just hit me! Shouldn't you apologize?
Siapa itu yang nabrak? Bener itu kah? Oh enggak, researcher.
Where did you come from, dork? Wasting my time.
Dark? The man grunts, of course, and hastily leaves this place with his hand covering his nose and mouth.
What? How could he say that? That's rude!
Kejar dia. Sangat.
That gentleman doesn't look well. He's covering his face. His nose is running with purple liquid. Oh dear. Did he drink a whole bottle
Kenapa itu
of purple
Crosandra?
Crystal 100 juice?
Oh lupa, mumpung matahari lagi panas-panasnya jadi makan asik. Wow.
If only I had brought the phoenix heart nerves with me.
Wow, panas sih. Wah, leleh itu anjir.
Nothing to worry about. Just another patient trying to prove he has recovered.
Leleh dikit nggak ngaruh anjir, panas tuh. The healthy man has disappeared completely. The little incident doesn't raise anyone's attention.
The rehab center has all the facilities and medicines he needs. He will be properly treated. But why is he wearing the uniform of Laplace?
Uh-huh.
And where's the receptionist here?
The lobby of the scientific computing center welcomes them with deafening silence. The counter is no longer busy with people but with an auto reconnection device instead.
Does everyone go to the weekend party night?
Probing around the counter, the temporary visitor seems determined to dig out the particle movement from somewhere.
Absolutely not. The researchers here are too busy to do that. The computing center is working on the most urgent and vital project, the research on the immunity to the storm. We should not disturb them unless it's an emergency. So please stop calling the office and put down the telephone, Miss Sotheby. This is not the ear of a tea kettler, and it won't take you to any twist balls.
The monitor assistant can't stand the difference in their terminology anymore.
Je sais qu'elle est débutante, mais quand même elle est trop bizarre.
Ya, langsung friendsnya langsung
Patient, regarde Raflatus at the right time.
anget-anget dah tuh. Jadi keinget berita Filipina, berita lama sih. Cuma masuk ke keyword bahaya apa tuh? Her mumbling is interrupted by the owner and of the cheerful footstep. Wait. Kalau keywordnya bahaya jangan deh, jangan. Tapi berita apa anjir?
You mentioned where the wall reflects repeatedly. Does the vision refer to the racquetball center here? You see, its icon is a bouncing ball.
Let me take a look.
Jadi ada apa?
Found it. This is really the right direction. Next, empty boxes, glasswares, and copper pieces. Looks like our destination
Minum dulu
has
guys, jangan
piles
lupa.
of metal.
The vision in the orb is growing clearer, proving that they are heading in the right direction. That is Matida upset mind.
Good job, Assistant Sotheby. I have to say, I might have gone a bit too hard on you. You are more capable than I thought.
Akhirnya dipahami.
Sotheby is glad to help.
The young lady gladly hopes along the way, while she doesn't give up, peering at Matilda's crystal orb.
Miss Bunish, since you're such a talented diviner...
Very talented diviner indeed.
Why don't you just divine the reason for the storm with your inherited arcanum ability? According to Ms. Moisson, the reason still remains a mystery. If the crystal orb can reveal its truth, everything will be much easier for Vertin and her team.
Divine the reason for the storm?
The brief assumption astonished this great diviner. She almost dropped the orb.
That's impossible for sure. It's a typical mistake of laymen to believe one can see everything through divination. You are an expert on potions and arcane creatures, but you have little knowledge on other subjects. Haven't you received any systematic education on arcanum?
Education on arcanum? I'm of course well educated in arcanum, with Ms. Moisson as my tutor, and my arcane friends such as Typhon from the Auto Island, Jupiter, and...
Alright, enough.
Disebutin semua nggak tuh? She shook her head, stopping her from listing another name for an arcane creator that nobody has ever
I have
heard.
understood the fact that the education you have received is not systematical, or say incomplete, imperfect, inelegant. But don't worry, because you are talking to the kind-hearted Matilda. She will spend her valuable time to make it up for you.
The great monitor assistant cleared her throat and started recalling what she learned when she was
In
child.
fact, the system of arcanum knowledge is not completely separated from that of human science. For example, the modern pharmacy and chemistry actually originated from the experiments of potions and alchemy in the ancient times. They developed into two different systems because arcanists focused more on the knowledge ignored by scientists, which is gnosis. The knowledge we learn from divination is exactly under this category.
Okay.
Wow!
Tetapi eyes light up with amazement. Matilda takes out her notebook and draws first sketch in it. Halo Anish, gimana kabarmu hari ini? Terima kasih sudah menulis suara seni. Welcome.
Two human researchers test Snell's law at two different places at
Apalagi
the
itu
same time
Snell
without
law.
making any mistakes. They will always reach the same conclusion. Or if two potionists use the same ingredients and follow the same formula to make the cough cough stop stop potion separately, their products will also have similar effects. However, if two diviners respectively perform divination on the same thing, they will probably see totally different visions. Because what the divination shows is merely omens. The interpretation of these omens is in fact a kind of subjective deduction based on the reality, and there is no such thing as a standard answer. Even if the two diviners draw the same conclusion, it is more of a coincidence than a result that implies generalizability. So diviners never check the accuracy of their divination through the review of peers. And this is an example of gnosis. Unlike human sense, it is unique and possesses no universality.
She put it away and wiggles her index finger.
In other words, even if someone finds out a reason for the storm through divination, they can't have other diviners verify it, because 100 different diviners will give out 100 different conclusions. The scene will be even busier than a concert at Musikverein.
Ya apa namanya, karena iya sih, karena satu orang apa dengan orang lainnya itu ngartiin divine-nya itu beda-beda, itu bakal jadi chaos sih. Nggak malah nyelesain storm, malah jadiin chaos, malah jadi bakal banyak tanda tanya.
We may find one or two diviners like that if time continues to be reversed, like Nostradamus. But he lived in the 16th century.
Tuh banget ya.
Besides, even Nostradamus is not always right.
But Miss Buanish is. Thanks to your divination, we're getting closer and closer to that report, right?
Well, that's right. Wait.
You are right. Finding items, interpreting dreams, and making simple prophecies. All these things are just a breeze for the bright and clever
Wait.
Magda.
Oh, jangan-jangan kita bakal nemuin ibunya mau Virgin ya?
And it will only bring misfortune. I will never make such a stupid mistake.
What is her radiant appearance?
In fact, this half of the report and the handwriting of the author are perfect divination media. Besides, our target is not far away from us, and I'm familiar with the surroundings, which have made things much easier than usual. It is true diviners can improve the accuracy and controllability of their gnosis by practicing repeatedly, holding the rituals properly, and making targeted preparations. But that still doesn't mean the result will be absolutely accurate.
But maybe not. No one can tell from her face whether she truly understands that announcement or not. Reading the vision in the orb material leads Sotheby around another corner nimbly.
The report says that person who mentioned the school of numbers claimed she was enlightened about the year of the next storm. Is that also by divination?
Well, it's different.
I am not sure what kind of arcane skills they use.
It's a mathematics.
Numbers are indeed a kind of
It's
omen too.
algebra.
Specific knowledge of mathematics, but the numbers themselves, because they are even more abstract than images and languages as kind of symbol. Even so, there is no way for us to verify this prophet unless it really comes true. That is also why it takes almost nothing to spread a prophecy. My mother told me many people in the outside world write to the Foundation every day, claiming to be prophets who can predict the doomsday and thus requesting unemployment benefits.
The doomsday? Unemployment benefits? Oh my! The outside world is far more wonderful than I thought. How fascinating!
Sotheby. Apalagi Sotheby suka apa namanya petualangan, anjir udah.
You bet. Wait, did you mean I was not the greatest?
They have reached the end of the corridor. Nadia pulls away the orb and looks at the wooden door with no sign in front of her. This is where the vision leads them to. The room next to the racquetball center.
Here we are, Miss Sotheby. Now, this is the moment to verify the result of my divination.
Apa ini? Apa yang ditemukan? She opened the door with a slight push. Ketemu apa anjir? Apa anjir? Ketemu apa anjir?
If you look at the ground after the rain, you can often see a wet, long trail, like this one.
Madam
At the
narrator.
end of the trail, there may be a snail slowly crawling forward. Yes, forward. The snail marks the direction for us. But what if we don't see any snails at either end? How are we going to distinguish the direction to the future from that to the past?
Init criterion? What is the criterion?
Criterion? Well said,
Criterion.
darling. To figure something out, you always need to make deductions based on facts and logical reasoning. What you see is not necessarily true, but what is logical is, because we haven't witnessed or experienced anything illogical so far. If something like that actually happens, it must be because we are too ignorant to understand it for the moment. This point was firmly believed by those researchers who worked in the house like canned sardines. It remained true to them until the first drop of rain rose. The sardines suddenly found that the knowledge they possessed couldn't support the point anymore. The can was opened, revealing a completely different thinking pattern to them. Whatever they used to mend the can, there was still a crevice left between the inside and the outside, and it could be ripped open again at any time.
What happened then?
The chaos didn't last. If it really was the rain that swept away the snail and messed up time, then we should look at the silver lining. Does it mean we will find out the truth of time once the secret of the rain is revealed? There has never been a shortcut like this one, since time is only an intangible concept. So then, observation stations were built all over the globe. The staff learned how to collect and keep the valuable samples efficiently in no time. The little boxes they used to store the raindrops are still being upgraded even now. Order and silence were brought back to the labs. Every piece of gear was placed back on the right track. It was a grand feat, and no one could have accomplished it inside this huge, cumbersome machine except another machine. She took no sides and sought only predictable results.
Ini
That's why she made a
ngomongin
decision as
tentang
soon as she read that
mamahnya
report
si
and its
37
attachment on her
guys.
desk. The former was about a delicate component which flapped like a butterfly in that huge machine. And the latter was a piece of paper full of circles and dots. Then she stored the information on her hard disk and destroyed the report. And the paper which claimed to have recorded the locations where the storm might happen, yes, the one with the butterfly-like drawings, was retained for data comparison. It seems she's satisfied with the result.
Gimana ini? The light is dim here. Archive cabinet and unorganized file are everywhere, punctuated by strange device in level style. It seems like an overnight utility room.
Where are we? Lost and found at the racquetball center?
She waved away the dust and struggled her way along the toppling cabinet.
The orb showed copper pieces. We need to find something that seems to be locked, but is actually not. Found it! Nothing can stop the genius, Matilda.
She finds what she's looking for in a rusty drawer. Obviously, the robot has been here for a long This corner curls because of the damn air. Luckily, the writing is still recognizable.
The
Oh,
trip to
kita.
Egypt didn't go smoothly.
Okay.
The ship was hit by a common storm at sea. We were lost in the fog after that, completely off course. Then something emerged from the water. Since the first storm, the Foundation has received frequent sightings of arcane creatures which should have been extinct in history. I had no idea what I was shooting at, even after I emptied the clip. And I didn't know what to do, so the arcanists brought us back on course. She named the precise longitude and latitude of our location, even without using the sextant in the spare cabin. I wonder how she did that. Perhaps the world did look different in her eyes. Then when I was about to step on a random plank on the ship, she suddenly dragged me back. I thought it was only an inappropriate joke. But the next second, the plank broke. I was stunned, and asked her how she saw that coming. She just answered me as if we were talking about the weather.
Itu
Because
dihitung
that
juga.
plank
Wah.
is deformed like a rhombus.
What the hell?
I was
Dihitung juga, anjir.
confused. Where is the rhombus? She laughed.
The rhombus can't be seen with eyes. You shall close your eyes, hearken to the teaching of the Supreme Existence, and seize the moment of afflatus.
Of course, I didn't see anything. Nor did I understand what the moment of afflatus was. Perhaps it's just another privilege enjoyed by arcanists, just like their right to be lunatic. Nevertheless, she reached the correct conclusion in a completely wrong way. Is it really possible? Anyway, she saved my life. But that was not enough to settle the differences between us. She remained rejective to working with the Foundation, and I finally gave up on the attempt to persuade them. My mission on that trip was not to make contact with them. Besides, what we needed was
Ini
builders
pertama
of the
kali
storm
apa
observation
namanya
system,
pulau
not some
angka
liars
itu
who would only make
ditemui.
things worse. As for the shelter they took from the storm, she wouldn't say a word, as if she were dealing with a spy who pried to find out the deepest secrets of the arcanists. In the end, Hugh mediated between us. He gave me an address in Istanbul to which I could send the letters to contact them. After that, I spent more than half a year in the Egypt office. Things were even worse there than I expected. Some have gone missing after the storm. The people who were supposed to be in the Egypt office, according to the member list stored in the headquarters in 1985, were not there when I arrived. The situation could be
Menghilang.
caused by the limitations of the transmission of paper-based materials, or because the computer was not yet popularized to every corner of the globe at the time. One minor mistake of a copyist could develop into a huge difference. Besides that, the chaos inside Laplace was an even worse issue. I learned that someone published the paper Samplings of Global and Regional Chaotic Energy Route Changes in the name of Butterfly of Lorentz. Apparently they secretly used our sampling sites, yet their research direction and conclusion were radically different from Laplace's. The researchers
Kok ada
equally
yang mau
divided into
propaganda?
two schools. One sticking to the human technology they have focused on, and one changing their direction to Arcanum.
Kenapa nggak dua-duanya
At the
aja?
time, it was still too early to decide which direction was right, without sufficient experimental data. But many already believed that if time continued to be reversed, human technology would only keep falling into decline, while Arcanum, which relies on personal ability, would rise again. It's true that
Aduh.
gnosis cannot be copied, verified by an independent third party, or comprehended through reasoning. Its nature decides that it cannot lay the foundation of science or be popularized to every ordinary person. It takes solid marble to build a castle, not slippery sand. Even so, what harm will it do to rely on Arcanum when the underlying logic of all things has become unreasonable? Before the disagreement was settled, the storm in 1987 was predicted. We were ordered to return to the headquarters 24 hours before its arrival. But the prediction was not accomplished by Laplace. A captive from Manus Vindictae names the precise date of that storm. Our enemies, those lunatic xenophobes, valuing only pure blood, made it further than we did. Yes, we built observation stations, we made countless deductions, we developed multiple simulation models. We made efforts, we sacrificed life, we did whatever we could.
Tapi storm nggak
Yet
secara
the result
kuat.
was that we didn't find any other regions immune to the storm, except the headquarters and another one in North America.
North America?
In the end, 95% of the branch members were reversed.
Headquarter.
87.9%
Headquarternya
of the
di mana
equipment
tuh?
was destroyed, and 100% of our predictions failed. In conclusion, our endeavor brought no achievements. As for the captive from Manus Vindictae, the delirium patient who claims that oracles flowed under his parietal bone,
Jadi cuman headquarter sama North
when we
America.
asked him how he
North
learns the
America itu
precise
yang
date of the
tempatnya
storm,
tadi kita nemu.
he
Itu
burst
kah
into laughter.
nemu Arkanis yang
Can't you
penuh
hear it?
dengan
Has
angka.
God left you behind when he spread his grace?
Then, he smashed his own skull with a handcuff.
Ya,
Yes, there was no doubt. He was an incurable lunatic.
oh, gak sehat anjir.
But his insane nonsense was exactly the
Insane,
reason
yeah.
we survived the storm again.
Bunuh dirinya anjir.
No matter how unreasonable or
mean,
illogical it
yeah.
was, or how much a lie it sounded like.
Please jangan di flag kayak
So we'd better believe we shouldn't go out in black today because the fish is swimming in the water.
meninggoinya.
We'd better believe in the existence of the non-physical, everlasting, transcendent world where everyone's soul is a number. We'd better believe in the supreme existence which caused the disorder of time by merely casting its shadow. That means the life of individuals means nothing more than rubbish, and the world is but an imperfect ruin where only the chosen ones will pass the trial, where the rest will be eliminated by the rain. How am I supposed to do that? Finally, I made up my mind to write to her. I didn't expect her to answer my questions. All I wanted was to confirm if she had survived that storm. For the sake of our peaceful talk about the rhombus. Yet what I heard from them was a simple announcement of her death, with only 2 words. She died.
Ya kan itu
Then it
mamahnya
burned and turned to
37
ashes
anjir.
in a second. On the same day, the first and only timekeeper who just took office, the 12-year-old child, returned alone from the storm. She told us the time in the outside world at that point. And that was how I knew she was right.
It is right in front of you.
But if there is a God, why are you playing such a prank on us after we had suffered from the collapse of all the existing orders and the failure of all the great laws? If this is what she calls a glimpse of the supreme existence, the moment of a flatus, do you have to present it in such a cruel way? The last 2 digits in the number of the year after that storm were exactly her name and her number. 77.
27. The report ends here. 2 digits. This is the full stop of the story.
Incroyable! Incroyable! C'est vrai! Quelqu'un a vraiment fait cette prophétie! Ertin and Soneto will be thrilled to know what we found! Well done, Miss Sotheby! You performed as well as a formal investigator! We need to submit this report to your instructor immediately!
Grabbing the paper tightly, Matilda turns around with excitement. Tetapi isn't the person standing there.
What are you doing in other people's rooms?
Buset, kaget anjir. Salah kepencet. The report is snatched away.
This is my personal item. You have no rights to take it. Please leave immediately.
Personal item? This is a precious record that should have been submitted to the Foundation. According to Administration and Regulations for Dispatch Personnel, St. Pavlov Foundation Decree number 259, every member of the Foundation, when acting as a field investigator, is required to create a comprehensive investigation report of all their actions and promptly submit it.
And they are obliged to ensure the authenticity, objectivity, and impartiality of the report. No personal bias is allowed in the content. If you have read this report, miss, you should know that it's not even qualified to be filed.
But this is an emergency!
The Storm Reformation Act is still new to her. She can't think of any article to support her point of view. She racked her brain forward, but before she make it, the other person starts talking with one, his eyebrow raised.
I can tell from your uniform, you are a student of SPDM, or... This is Laplace. Do you have your guardian's approval to leave the school, Miss Underage Student?
Miss Underage Student.
Approval? I don't need that. I am not a student. You are talking to the exceptionally promoted monitor assistant of SPDM. Here is my ID.
She holds her ID card high as if she holding her flag, holding the flag of liberty. He is ignored. The author walks directly to a swivel chair in the room and pay attention to an educational toy in the table.
Did you just ignore a formal administrator of the Foundation? This monitor assistant will report every misbehavior of yours. Every little bit of them.
Worthless, the monitor assistant can be more embarrassed in her life. She looked around just to find the sotheby is gone. Luckily, the chief assistant learned faster than she expected. A familiar sing-song tone is making a report to her own tutor outside the half-open
Miss
door.
Moisson, we found that report here. The great Miss Buanish and I discovered some important information. I came to you and Madame Z immediately after we read it. Miss Buanish, why are you confronting Mr. Chair?
Sotheby stands at the door. Her head is tilted. Two adults are behind her.
I didn't expect to see the second half of that report here in your room, Adler.
Oh. Okay, this time the owner of the voice can be ignored. Mampus lu, the swivel chair unwillingly turned around.
Don't call me that, friend. Why not just call me Enigma? Just like everyone else. Relax. I know nicknames mean no harm. But I don't understand. How is a report filled with meaningless words of any concern to you, Madam Z?
It provides information about the Arcanist group Virgin is now dealing with. If possible, please give it to me.
Of course. How can I turn down a request from Constantine's chief of staff? Take it away. I hope you don't mind the mold on it.
The researcher stays seated on the chair and casually hands out the report. Madame C smiles. She seems glad to see that Enigma still has energy to be sarcastic. But clearly the monitor assistant can tolerate such a blatant violation of the staff regulation.
Please pay attention to your manners and do not bring disgrace to the computing center, Mr. Rude.
Mr. Rude? Miss Moisen taps her on the shoulder and quickly looks in the direction of the door.
Ms. Buanish? Ms. Sotheby?
Ini playable nggak ya? Nggak playable ya, Miss Moisen.
And I will report your active performance in this mission to SPDM as soon as possible, Miss Buanish. We need to further analyze the files you found. The first on the scene could provide more detailed information. Let's get out of here.
Contribution exceptionnelle!
The game world gives this young military assistant a giddy pleasure. She can't help but ignore everything else Miss Moisen says.
Oh là là, exceptionnel! Non, non! Calme-toi, Mathilda.
Oh la la! Oh la la!
I didn't accomplish it alone.
Iyo,
Assistant
lucu
Sophie
banget
also
anjir.
played a significant role. Hooray!
A loud cheer interrupts Matilda mumbling.
That is to say, Miss Burnish, we can start preparing the balloons and flowers for the twist ball.
Speaking of which, this monitor assistant still needs to think about it. By the way, just call me Matilda.
She struggles to get out of suddenly passionate heart. The great joy brought by Miss Moisen make her action clumsy. Cheering and discussing, the girl leaves the room. Madame C carefully puts the valuable reports away. The researcher swivels the chair again and hides himself in the fortress made of dusty items. He talks through cabinets and equipment in slow manner.
There will be no advance in human technology. You think so? Even the Madame Z has given up on the study of theoretical physics and become a politician.
No, I've never thought of that.
She turned to the door with a smile. Udah, gitu doang. The door is closed. Udah, gitu doang. Udah gitu doang, jir. Ini story doang ya? Berapa part ini storynya? The dramas have ended. All is profoundly lost in this cold and dark room. The researcher sighs and starts settling the messy paper and dusty tools on the table. Why is it mistaken for utility room? Is it because the metallic footsteps come from outside the door?
I am astonished by the fact that you are interacting with others.
Apa ini anjir? Another trespasser.
They broke in.
The robot in charge of the Laplace Scientific Computing Center struck and refused to make any comment. She has already heard all the information she needs in the corridor.
If it was a complaint that you were making, you know it is within your rights to submit an interdepartmental complaint within 7 days after the incident.
Don't bother. That file means nothing to me. I didn't file it because it is a report against the rules. Why bother to submit such a log full of personal feelings and emotional behaviors to our great, rigorous foundation?
Dia sarkastik
Is that so?
tuh. Si
I
Enigma
am
ini
gratified to find that you still have some
sarkastik banget.
sense.
I too am gratified that you still have no idea that I was being sarcastic.
Iya, kan sarkastik.
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Ya, namanya juga robot.
Never mind. What do you want from me?
That's Madame Lucy? He asked as he bent down and organized the paper scattered all over the place. This is the best effort he cares to make to receive a quest.
You went all the way to this dusty, rundown place so hurriedly that you even forgot to put on that pathetic mask. This is not because of some old files, I assume.
The fastest robot inclined his head in agreement.
Certainly. I hope you can be the cryptographer of the Manus Vindictae's ritual. You are still the best.
You are asking me, a human, to decode the ritual of a pure-blood arcanist group? I don't see how I'll be helpful to this project.
Ternyata manusia
You cannot evaluate your own level of being of value, Adler.
The researcher keeps unfolding more dusty folder without raising his eye from the table.
Well, you evaluate our value. Test us in experiments you set. Prove the hypotheses by exhaustion. Make mistakes and start all over again. You repeat the process like a roaring locomotive that pulls the research center out of this chaotic disaster. You question not what is ahead of you, nor whether the path you've taken will be regular or easy. The only idea you planted into your little brain is to move forward, to improve.
Enggak, tapi ini 1999 mana ada robot.
Thank you for your compliment. Credit goes to everyone.
That was not even a... Miss Miyagara. Guess you agree, a life without creativity is not worth living. And that's the
Dia
life
pakai
that I
bahasa
wake
apa
up
tadi
to
anjir aku
every
nggak
day.
ngerti. Help
I'm
ini
no
pakai
longer the
banyak
person
pakai
you
yang
thought you came here for.
ini banyak yang pakai bahasa
I'll
aneh-aneh anjir
never
aku
be
nggak
able
ngerti
to
yang
combine
bahasa apa
human
sih Inggris.
technology and arcanum. And I'll never comprehend even the slightest
Bahasa
part of it.
semua ada apa yang ada semua
I
di
am
dunia
useless
ini
to you.
anjir dipakai. Pusing saya. He squares up the paper on the desk in a grumpy manner, making a huge knocking noise.
I don't expect someone made of tin to understand the human mind. But I beg of you, leave me alone.
Yeah. The robot ignores his emotional speech and keeps talking.
The work of analyzing the masks of Manus Vindicte did not go well. A side effect occurs in the researchers, and it is getting worse. The isolation wards on the basement level are overwhelmed.
What a scene. Have you aborted the experiment?
Oh, eksperimen yang tadi.
Not yet.
Yang apa
We
namanya
have
ada yang
conducted
lari
the
itu.
Arcanum imaging experiment on the
Halo
masks.
Kiroku, halo,
And found a
welcome. Gimana
component
kabarmu
which
hari ini?
also
Sudah
exists in the
sudah
raindrops
saya
of the
harus ini
storm.
welcome.
But knowing what it is
Quack, quack,
composed
quack,
of does
quack,
not help
quack.
explain how it works. What we're looking for is the original ritual that the Manus cast on them.
You are trying to figure out one's career planning from one's physical examination report. I wonder why it is not working. Even if somehow you manage to find the original ritual, you still need a proper environment to test it, which is the outside world with a coming storm.
With a coming storm? Wah, the researcher turns to her, wisdom and sarcasm glow in his eye.
That's why we can't tell if we're getting results. Even if we had the right ritual, proper permission from the Foundation to travel, and strong-minded volunteer subjects, experiments performed in the Ivory Tower won't succeed because...
An experiment about the storm can only be done in a storm.
Nah, itu tahu.
Glad to see your brain is not rusty yet. It only took you 3 sentences to draw the conclusion which took the seminar a week to reach.
A week?
That proves you are capable of the project.
A week? Ya anak, cuman 3 sentence. The robot in charge puts the document on the table.
The history maintenance team has forecast different critical points of this storm. Foundation investigators are on their way. If Manus Vindicte still plans to accelerate the storm, like what they have done in 1929, there will be a high possibility that their people will show up at the transformation point of history and society, also known as the critical point of time, the center of the storm. Your sister, Greta Hoffman, is also one of the investigators.
Wah, apakah tadi itu?
I have no interest in any Hoffmans other than myself. We have different perspectives.
It is okay. I am just here to inform you that if any of the investigators successfully send the information of the ritual back, the research about the immunity of the storm will be conducted immediately. Take your time and be mentally prepared. But once the storm alert is issued, we only have 24 hours to verify the feasibility of the ritual.
Tahu apa nih?
I wish you will be fully
Tiba-tiba
prepared
tahu
by
tahu
then.
nggak Kwek? Gak tau lah. Apa ini? The robot gets out of the room, leaving him no right to choose. Her feet crash into the floor, making a steely sound. Enigma's eyes flicker towards the document. The face of the top is familiar to him. He pulls out the drawer and takes out a scrap of paper. This is the last code he didn't give anyone. This is the last code he didn't give anyone.
One thing is for sure now. The age of humans has come to an end.
Ternyata selama kita bangun, badan kita membusuk gara-gara stres gawe. Saya pasti tidur badan nge-heal diri sendiri. Jadi kita semuanya punya skill healing, tapi nggak nyadar aja. Iya, ternyata kita itu adalah healing. Kita tuh bisa nge-heal. Healing for everyone.
Hey, you. Yes, you, my hurried child. You rush through the street like a cyclone. Where are you going?
I can be late for show.
A show. A show.
Emang tidur apa? Tapi
So
kalau
you
misalnya
came
kita
to
punya
Vienna
skill
for the
healing, kalau
love of
misalnya
stories.
kita tidur
That's for
selamanya, maksudku kita tidur terus, itu berarti kita heal
This is
terus kan ya?
just the right
Ya kan ya?
place for you.
Ya kan ya enggak?
A place where the floors are decorated with gold, where music sings along with the stories. Even a newcomer could be entranced here. Oh, listen to me. You must not be a newcomer, but a true
Siapa ini?
connoisseur.
Kita ngomong terus
before you
tahu
leave,
nggak sebenarnya badan
may I
kita tuh
ask a
bisa
simple
tumbuhin lengan
question?
sama organ? Bisa kah? Kalau misalnya kita masih
Which
dalam
act
kandungan
in a
bisa
show
anjir.
Do you prefer?
Every part of it. Organnya hilang tapi nggak ada blueprintnya
So
aja.
greedy. It's a tough
Nggak ada
choice, isn't it?
blueprint. Wah.
But you can't escape from making decisions.
Jadi kalau kita punya blueprint bisa gitu.
Do you know which act I love the most? Not Act 1, nor 3, or 5,
Interesting.
but 6. Oh, Act 6, my dear. That's the best part. The part in which the king picks up his fallen head. The knight pulls out the sword in his chest. The bodies stand up, dust their clothes, and come to the front of the stage. Bow to the audience.
Oh, enggak, berarti
and
tadi itu
receive
reportnya
their
tuh memang bener
applause.
apa namanya? Reportnya dari Greta. Sisternya si Enigma tadi, anjir. Bener. That's not really part of the performance.
Yes, it is. My child, that is
Jadi
precisely
kata orang
when the real
biogenetika,
show
kalau badan
begins.
manusia dioprek supaya ada blueprintnya, orang yang tangannya buntung bisa tumbuh lagi. Jadi manusia setengah.
I have a good script.
Enggak dong, kalau
Let me
dewa
put
itu
on
kan
my
harusnya
glasses.
nggak ada apa namanya, nggak ada
Let's start from
bantuannya. Itu kalau misalnya
From
kita harus
Act
bikin blueprint dulu,
6.
berarti kan harus ada bantuan dong. Bukan dong, berarti bukan
the
dewa dong.
princess, a nightingale decorated with diamonds, an opera singer taking center stage, steps into a building of gray and white diamond patterns, and the curtain falls forever. The smile on her face seems too serene. She is still dreaming. Her madness keeps them on alert. But in the court, she seems so meek and mentally steady,
Ceritain
like a
siapa sih anjir?
docked boat on calm waters. Nodding elegantly to every gentleman she meets, she makes the shackle on her neck look like a piece of dazzling jewelry. Next page. Oh,
What happened?
in a transparent room under an unyielding limelight, her dignity is stomped on, like a silk handkerchief thrown on the ground. They smash her crown, forcing her to pay for her madness.
Is he mad?
No, not anymore. Sleep, she said to me. Sleep. If that's what she said, then I don't need to wake up. That's when the star falls into an everlasting dream.
Bayangkan badanmu
The blinding
dioprek tapi
light
habis
becoming
keluar
a
ketabrak
spotlight on
terus
the stage.
kakimu
The
diamputasi
empty
tapi gak lama
room
kemudian tumbuh
carrying the
lagi kayak
best
kodok.
reverberations.
Kodok ngorek.
She has never been so calm.
Masalahnya lu kalau misalnya badannya
Everything
dioprek-oprek
beautiful in
emangnya
her is
bisa
there
hidup
forever.
anjir.
Frozen in time.
I guess she went completely insane.
Or found eternal peace. Her world has become the performance. A show that never ends.
Loh, tidak lah. Kodok itu bisa numbuhin
I'd say
organ
she's a great
atau
actress.
numbuhin itu kah? Tangan
Isn't
atau
she?
kaki. Kalau kebuntung. But this is not a good story. I think it's not. It needs more context.
My dear, you are indeed a great connoisseur. Only one act of a play can't tell a good story by itself. Oh, forgive my ramblings. The golden curtain has risen. Fix your collar, darling, and keep moving forward.
What is that? Bro, what story is that? Illusionless Daily. Aduh. Professor in Green. Bisa, kepiting juga bisa dengan cara nge-molting ganti kulit. Terus teknologi biogenetika itu juga udah masuk fase cloning. Kalau cloning itu udah agak lama nggak sih? Cuman kalau manusia nggak boleh di-cloning kan?
On behalf of the General Medical Association of Vienna, I would like to thank you all for attending this demonstration conference. It is a great honor. As we can see, dear friends, the era of
Halo kucing, gimana kabarmu hari ini? Terima kasih sudah minum, sudah saya sudah suara sini welcome. Oh, udah masuk ke Lucifer Tele sekarang. Iya, barusan aja. Spesialnya baru selesai tadi. 1,5 jam coy.
Its contributions to medical science and even the world. Now please allow me to introduce the patient again, Miss Isolde von Dietersdorf. This lady has selflessly volunteered for the experiment, and in return will receive a healthy mind in no time.
Oh, ini yang dari tadi diomongin.
She's been living a miserable life due to hysteria. How terrible it is for a young woman like her. As we all know, mental illness is taking an increasing toll on our country. Even suicide has become more
Tapi
rampant.
nggak gini caranya anjir. Ini
The
torture
tragedies are
anjir.
piling up.
Dokter
Our
Skewers,
is
iya
in
Skewers.
excruciating pain as we speak.
Masih
Thanks
jauh
to the
bang
development
teknologi
of
manusia
medical
sekarang
science,
buat
we
sampai
can
fase dia
again
bikin
be
cloningan.
rescued from the abyss of
Kalau
pain.
cloningan kan udah ada
As I said
harusnya.
before,
Apa namanya,
the
hewan-hewan itu
electroshock
udah bisa
therapy
di-cloning.
uses
Cuman
the
manusia
most
nggak pernah
advanced technology
dicoba
available.
karena menyalahi aturan kan.
The medical use
Tauku
of
gitu sih.
electricity dates back to the 18th century.
Ini cuma dicorcer anjir. The presentation of this obscure theories fails to enthrall the attention of the West. Vienna citizens pose less a thirst for knowledge than a hunger for morbid curiosity. Tales of misfortune are favored over their cures.
Isolde? The youngest daughter of the Dietersdorfs? Oh, no wonder she volunteered. The treatment should do wonders for her. You know there's something wrong with that family? I heard her mother stabbed old Dietersdorf in the temple with a brass needle and killed every maid in the room.
Bayangkan Haname di-cloning jadi pasukan BB Haname. Alamak.
I had not even the
Belum
Lord's
bisa,
daughter
ada
could
itu
clean
pun
the blood off it.
masih juga atingannya masih gagal, masih tahap
The
pengembangan.
family seems to be cursed. So far, no one's ever lived past the age of 40. In fact, the girl
Kali pas terakhir kali Haname pernah baca cerita itu ada yang berhasil nge-cloning kucing.
He killed himself, right? Well, the artist did what an artist would do. He wrote a sad poem and then set fire to his paintings.
Memang
together
belum terlalu
with
maju,
himself.
tapi paling enggak basicnya udah ada. Padahal 100 tahun
You know
yang
what?
lalu ada yang
My uncle
pada
works for
bilang
the police.
cloning itu cuman
He showed me the
sci-fi.
autopsy report.
Sebenarnya kalau
Truth is,
misalnya
Theophil
ada yang
shot
gila sih
himself.
cloning kan udah
He was
berhasil
killed
ya,
by
cuman
a
kayaknya
bullet.
belum ada yang saintis yang terlalu gila.
Gosh, good thing he didn't have to suffer all that pain before he died. Poor boy, he was so talented and handsome. But the girl, oh, she's less fortunate. Fainted at her only brother's funeral, didn't even get to see him one last time. I hope the latest
Ini
treatment
cuman
will
apa
alleviate
namanya
her suffering.
torture anjir, bukan penyembuhan anjir.
Lunatics. The whole family is a bunch of lunatics.
Manners, sir. This is Vienna where we call these poor people arcanists.
Oh, arkanis, pantesan aja.
I sincerely hope that Isolde can put an end to her miserable nightmare.
Pantes
After all,
aja
she
dia
is
apa
one of the
namanya
most
disiksa
talented
anjir,
opera singers
kasihan
in
banget
Vienna.
Isolde. Apakah
Just
nanti
like her
diselamatkan?
mother.
Kayaknya sih ya.
You know what they say? Talent and hysteria go hand in hand.
Dan itu
Think
pun
about
masih
it.
butuh
They
rahim
both
aku
come
gitu
from the
buat
mind.
hidupnya. Butuh rahim ya, oh. The speaker knows this ultimately
Quiet, please. The
whisper.
treatment for now begin. Are you ready, Miss
Penyiksaan
Dieter?
anjir.
Yes. I'm ready. Please.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Calm down, my lady. Just hang in there, okay? The treatment will work. Perseverance is a virtue. I don't think the electroshock is causing the pain you seem to be experiencing. Don't let the imaginary fear get the better of you.
Okay. Sakit anjir, disetrum jir.
Yes.
Tahu nggak kamu sama 1.800-an orang kalau kena infeksi dikit aja langsung diamputasi. Iya kah?
Now we'll begin stage 2. The voltage will be slightly increased.
Wow, that's
Please get ready, Miss Dietersdorf.
diamputasi anjir.
No.
Stage 3, an even higher voltage.
Itu pakai headset, desahnya bahaya. Ya sih lumayan bahaya ya. All other sound has faded away.
Enough.
Reset.
Forgive the interruption, Dr. Schwartz, but I need you to stop the treatment immediately.
Shattering hush question replace the hum of electricity. Pencet lagi. The audience turns toward the petite woman standing in the back row.
I can't help but to question your methods, as well as the methods of the General Medical Association.
Cakep loh Isolde anjir.
Your electroshock therapy is a gross violation of humanitarian principles. Judging from what I just saw, it only brought the patient meaningless pain and didn't help her condition one bit. Unless, of course, you intend to use physical pain to distract the patient from her mental pain.
Wow. Voice actingnya bagus banget ya guys ya. Her green silhouette is delicate and sharp, like a razor slicing through the chaos.
Even though this is a conference meant for conversation, you're being a little rude. The new electroshock therapy is not what you know from the
Saya
last
kalau
some
bocor
trade.
kedengaran orang
As a
kantor.
man with pain and electricity,
Agak
there's
seru
no
bang.
doubt that the EST is the best choice
Lama
for
nggak ada
treatment.
cepus sih,
You
harusnya
shouldn't take it
aman
at
aja
face
cing.
value,
Apalagi
because
kalau
it's
satu
not like
kantor
the
lanang
underlying
semua.
principles are the same as
Malah
the
itu ya,
fog
malah
experiment, huh?
nimbrung ya.
My
Halo
treatment
Arianto,
is
welcome.
supported by
Halo
systemic,
Arisu, welcome.
serious, and reliable references.
Welcome yang baru apa
It is
datang.
approved and sponsored by the General Medical Association. which means it's reasonable and
Wah, aku
legitimate.
emosi banget sama apa namanya. Haname inget sih kalau
Correct me
misalnya
if I'm
di
wrong,
tahun
a
berapa gitu yang
social
kena mental
activist
illness
known for
itu di
her
lobotomi,
little
sedangkan lobotomi itu cuma ngerusak
tricks, Miss
otak aja
Catania.
anjir.
Or should I say, Miss Clara? As far as I know, you don't even have a medical degree. Besides your so-called art movement, this secession, is it? It confuses me, really. Anyway, in order to have a more professional
Dan
conversation,
apa namanya
I
orang yang
suggest
punya
you
mental
talk
illness
later.
itu malah dijadiin
You know,
eksperimen.
after you get a medical license.
Murmurs and fragmented laughter swell among the crowd.
No, Dr. Schwartz. This conversation has nothing to do with my personal identity or experience. I'm only asking you as a citizen of Vienna and as a human being with empathy. How can you not see that she's suffering? Have you been thoroughly brainwashed by the supposed authority of medical science? Or have you two been blinded and deafened by hysteria?
Oh,
Mampus.
you rude little...
Gak bisa ngomong lu, mantu.
Please allow me to reiterate, the EST is an advanced
Salah
and
satu yang
reliable
dibanggakan dari
treatment.
game ini voice
Besides,
actingnya
the state does not
Edian.
assign an agreement
Edian
before
mampus
we started.
mantap.
The experiment
Markotop
is
yang paling
conducted
top.
under mutual consent.
Jangan kau using, demam karena
No objection
zaman
is of no
1800-an
use,
nggak ada
and it is
jurusan
even
psikologi
harmful
BTW.
to the
Jadi kalau
patient's
halusinasi
interests.
gara-gara depresi dianggap kesurupan.
But
Kayak di
we always welcome debate.
iya
There's
sih.
no question, my
Itu kan
nephews.
yang masih
Please,
banyaknya
my guest,
eksorsisme
and
tuh.
indulge us with your thoughts on her condition.
Berat mengakui tapi berkat tindak-tindakan nggak
As I
manusiawi
understand
itu akhirnya kita
Mr.
bisa
Sigmund
menemukan
Freud
metode yang benar
published his
buat
studies
ngobatin
on
masalah
hysteria in
mental. Agak
1895.
ironi emang. Ya anjir.
He believes that
Ironi
hysteria
banget.
was a psychological disorder caused by problems in the nervous system. It was not a simple organ disease. His trauma theory explains that the patient's personal life experiences were the real cause of the disorder, affecting the patient in subtle ways.
Banyak banget anjir
Makes
apa
much
namanya
more sense to
malpraktis di
analyze
zaman
the patient's
dulu.
traumas than to harm
Sampai
their
apa namanya
body.
akhirnya nemuin yang sampai sekarang
As
itu.
to whether his theory is advanced enough, you can read the totem and
Makanya
taboo
kita
which
bisa
he
menemukan
published last year.
ribuan atau berapa banyak macam
What?
penyakit. The gentleman face cracked with expression.
Freud. Freud. The man who told people to marry their mothers and kill their fathers. The one who couldn't get a word in when his patients spewed insanity. It took him 17 years to become a professor, for God's sake. Miss Clara, I've tolerated your immature antics, and I always welcome advice and opinion as long as rational and reasonable. It's
Kadang-kadang
just,
tapi agak batu
how could you
kadang-kadang
challenge me
dikasih
with such an
isinya
amateur
malah beda
theory?
pelajaran.
Insult
Ujian.
me as a gentleman,
Bacanya
and you insult my
ujian.
reputation.
Ujian ku baca ujian.
What? Dr. Schwartz, I did not mean to insult you.
Bang.
Miss Dittersdorf, she's unconscious.
How?
Get her off the chair now!
Biasanya apa namanya gitu kadang ujian anjir. Kisi-kisinya udah dikasih, tapi yang keluar nggak sama kayak kisi-kisinya. Alah. Capek kali.
Move! Oh, move!
Navigating this corridor is no easy feat. Engrossed in their Brownian motion studies, hurry along without watching their step.
Shoot, are you blind or did you hit me on purpose?
Hello, Madbog. You have a sound of a girl, but... No, wait. Suaranya androgynous banget anjir, enggak androgynous banget. Iya gimana lah itu yang tahu sebut lah. A viciously purple substance dripped from their face onto the hem of their lap. Both marvelously landing in spot not yet coated with other stain.
Hey, hello. Do you know how to control this thing? It always drips on my bed at night. I just sit back for a week.
Just remove your brain. Problem solved.
Sarkasem banget aja.
Darn thanks. How come I didn't think of that? Thank you for your advice. You are so sweet.
Oh, you're so welcome, pal.
Oh,
I'd rub my eyes more often if I were you. Just do something to get that black snot off those lashes.
Sangat sarkastik sekali. Dan agak gila. What?
The good news is the persons in charge of this place are all dead. The bad news, the one in charge right now is not a person.
Hello, researcher medicine pocket. Your meal allowance is being deducted to pay for door repair.
I don't care, Buckethead. Do your worst. A few pennies don't bother me.
The head of the computing center nods, taking this a sign of amicable agreement.
You could have called me from your lab terminal. The technology department has equipped every researcher with the latest communication device, and I have the energy to communicate with everyone.
Langkungku klaim kakaknya ini cewek tercantik
How am I supposed to know?
Kamu suka yang macam-macam kakaknya. Easy. Tapi dia cakep sih. Imut-imut gimana gitu. Oh, ini dia laptop. With a flick of the wrist, the gray folder lands in its impact, spinning its content across the desk.
Congrats on the one and only
Mad
achievement
scientist kesayangan kita semua.
We're now
Oh,
fully aware
mad.
of its side effects, and this great achievement is filling the halls with oil and insanity.
Semangat ya dia tuh. Terus gimana
You
tuh?
should thank the hatted cuckoo for her report. No one's turned into a crazy monster yet.
Mungkin nontonnya agak lamahan, nggak apa-apa, istirahat aja bang.
Right now. Damn it! What are you doing? Are you even listening to me?
Lucy turned her head, having just fastened the buckle.
My apologies. You said we needed to talk face to face.
Oh!
If I understand it correctly, this is your #1 request.
Okay.
You always carry a face in your pocket? That's just great.
Sama-sama gak normal dua ini anjir.
You are
Satunya
welcome.
robot, satunya mad
It is our
scientist.
duty to learn and meet the needs
Ya,
of
kamu
every
nih, gimana
researcher.
kabarmu hari ini? Sudah makan,
This
sudah
will
minum,
help
sudah
them
sehat,
reach
sudah
their
laras
full
ini.
potential
Kamu
while respecting the
Mek,
nature of their being.
Isolde sebenarnya juga nggak kalah cakep sih, cuman
I
ya
received some
gitu
letters
deh.
of complaint.
Kenapa?
They
Hahi
asked me
gitu,
to
hah?
develop a better sense of
Woi,
humor. They said it would
Woi,
help
aku
me
telat,
understand
nggak
the
apa-apa
researcher's
Mongi.
sarcasm. So I am studying it.
Baru mulai chapter 6 kok.
75% of the
Tadi baru
complaints
nyelesain
mentioned they did not
chapter
want to see a
spesialnya.
face on my head. Some even use strong words like, "Never let me see that face of yours again." I am glad that you are one of the other 25% researcher medicine pocket.
You know what? I don't mind if you keep that face on, as long as you let me kick it around a bit.
The newly face planting robot not slightly pleased with their renewed consist.
Regarding your second request, I have read your report. I fully understand the side effects of the mask as well as the feasibility of the decryption.
Kukira Lucy itu manusia, ternyata robot, coy.
Then what's the point? It's like trying to get the syrup formula out of a Coke can. Ugh! Again, we are all screwed without the original ritual from the Manus.
It is too early to conclude that the mask does not contain important clues. The attempts we are making are very necessary. Besides, the situation in Laplace is not as bad as you say. The side effects are completely under control. The subjects are only suffering from dehydration and mania. Fortunately, the Rehabilitation Center has extensive experience in dealing with manic patients, and some researchers, like yourself, are already manic without putting on the mask, so the side effects will not affect them much.
Not affect them much?
Yes! Ball pens! Ball pens love brains!
Not. The researcher arrived swiftly, removing the poor soul who lost a pen into their eye socket and just so swiftly replacing the broken glass.
Extensive experience,
Ow.
huh?
Ow.
That is right.
That's
I
brutal,
am
bro.
glad you have noticed our efforts.
Kukira di reverse
We have
1999 nggak
prepared
ada
a
yang
large amount
brutal
of
anjir.
polymer
Iya nggak ada
materials in
brutal
case of
gambarannya
minor
anjir.
vandalism by the patients.
Tapi ada penggambarannya atau penulisannya.
Amusing.
Oh mesti makin
this is the
nganggung
logic
kalau
of
tahu
the
Lucy-nya
machine,
aslinya apaan. Apaan.
Expendable in the lab
Lucy
as
aslinya
glass.
apa anjir?
You should be
Buat
glad that
robot.
your head is harder than my teeth, alright?
Your opinion surprises me, researcher Medicine Pocket. There is a big difference between the human body and glass. As for the original ritual, you are not the first researcher to make this suggestion. We are fully aware of its importance. We have dispatched investigators and members of the Field Agent Administration to investigate various regions. Here are the images they sent back.
Field... what?
Field
Bisa
Agent
dilihat
Administration.
wujud
If
Udimonya
you have not
sebenarnya.
heard of
Oh,
the name before, most
dia
prefer
wujud
to call
aslinya
them the
seonggok
history
piston.
guards, given their function.
Piston.
Right. That team of cannon fodder.
Hell nah.
The thought of people being thrown around like garbage
Piston
makes me feel
anjir.
lucky that I'm just a piece of glass.
Medicine Pocket lift their head, examining the screen, their attention completely deferred.
Looks like face-to-face conversation does solve problems. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Aside from the insane colleagues running amok. Let me guess. The blue dots are good news, huh?
Aku suka sih, kalian kan
Correct.
bilang kalau Medicine Pocket
They
ini kita
represent
nggak
the
tahu
safe
ya dia
areas
tuh cewek atau
immune to the
cowok.
storm.
Pengambilan VA-nya tuh
North
cocok
America.
menurutku.
I should have gone there for a walk in the
Oh,
park.
bisa bilang
I don't
Lucy ini salah
deserve
satu
to
yang
suffer
terkuat
in
di
this
universe
stupid great
Triforce ini.
prison.
Ya iya, dia
I
robot,
have
dia
to say,
piston
researcher
jir.
Medicine Pocket,
Yes,
even
Lucy
though
itu
I
pistonnya
approved
mesin
your
uap.
request for a sports field,
Oh,
which you
yang
claimed
mesin
was
uap
a
kemarin kau
humanitarian
bilang
need,
itu.
I think it is more of a canine need.
Interesting anjir.
I suggest you install an indicator on your humor module so we know when to laugh. See? Like this blinking red dot. Is that Vienna?
Yes.
Hey, wait, but the android does not offer up any further information.
Alright. Not privy to the information, huh? I know of your tricks. One day I will find the logical fallacies in your words, I swear. And this here...
Sumpah, Medicine Pocket ini sarkas banget
Yellow.
anjir.
Better than the worst, worse than the best. That's the agency. What's all the fuss about? Don't tell me there's a 500-meter-long blue crab.
No. No sightings of large marine organisms other than the Gorgon. This is where Timekeeper and her team are right now. By the way, it seems you can distinguish between colors precisely, so the canine elements in you are more of a personal choice than an innate trait.
I see your efforts on improving your sense of humor, I do, but that's enough now. Turn off the module, okay? Who the heck put these complaints in the box? I'm gonna kick their teeth out.
Back to business. Timekeeper and her team are in a bit of a situation. The details are classified, and I am not privy to them either.
Huh. Classified. I know what's going on. In this place, classified means they're in big trouble.
Yep, they are really in big trouble, Madbok. They will die. Yes, war has coming.
What are they? Hoop did not tell us about these things! Get away from me, you arcane fiends!
Lawan Abraxas kah itu?
Marcus? Marcus?
Oh, hi, little girl.
I'm sorry, Madam Hoffman. I was reading the newspaper.
I know I told you to practice your arcane skills more, but you don't have to do it all the time. I just told you the oath to secrecy for this mission. Level 2 Investigator Marcus, repeat it to me.
Oh, Markus ini cewek atau cowok, cuy?
Remember the field mission manual?
Jepangnya Madbox ingetku sama dengan yang isi suara Tanjiro. Aku nggak nonton Tanjiro, coy. Hehehe.
Never build
Yay,
unnecessary
Markus, my
connections with
favorite.
the current era. Never
Really?
disclose any real information about the headquarters to members of the branch. Never discuss confidential matters in
Cewek tulen dia.
unrelated
Oh,
settings.
untung.
Never contact or interfere
Soalnya si
with the
Ezra aku kira
insignificant.
cewek, ternyata
Stay out of
cowok.
their lives, silently observe and respect their lives.
Emang namanya Markus itu bisa nama
Why
cewek
is the
ya?
stupid train never on time?
Did I really say that?
Yes, in a low voice after the last random stop.
You
Ingat
have a
semua,
talent
anjir.
for multitasking, I'll give you that. But the point is, as a rookie investigator, your focus should really be on the mission.
Yes, Madam Hoffman, I'm so sorry.
Laplace has analyzed the information from the field agent squad
Iya,
and
itu
suggested
suaranya.
several
Berarti tadi
critical
yang
points
bikin
on where the
report itu
storm may
suaranya
arrive.
si
One of them is Vienna.
Hoffman ini, anjir. Si
The
Greta
history guards have
Hoffman.
reported sightings of menace leaders there. Considering they will probably do the same things they did in 1929.
Bisa aja sih kalau di barat
Escalate the
mah.
international conflicts to accelerate the reverse.
Itu
This mission is
suaranya
probably quite
apa,
risky.
namanya cowok, anjir.
It's okay, Madam Hoffman. I am fully prepared. I've been waiting for my first field mission since I joined the Foundation. Thank you for approving my application, or I'd still be talking to rusty filing cabinets and diamond patterns on a wall.
No need to thank me, Investigator Marcus. Your application has been approved by headquarters as your
Sebenarnya tuh
arcane
kasihan
skills
sih
will
cowok
prove
tulen,
very
tapi
useful on
mukanya
this
tidak
mission.
iya anjir, tidak
This time
mencerminkan
we will
sama
track
sekali,
down
anjir.
Man's
Ku kira
Vindicator
cewek.
Vienna
Aku
and
tahu
gather
dia
intelligence
cowok,
on
aku
the
langsung
rituals.
kecewa, anjir.
The intelligence
Kira
should help with the storm
cewek
immunity
kawaii,
research,
ternyata cowok
making it the top
kawaii.
priority of all other
Nyaw.
missions. That's why I said your arcane skill reading will be useful on this mission.
Yes, understood.
A young student straighten up. Her mentor catches her emotion and replies smilingly. Straighten up. Jangankan kamu, rekannya aja kecewa. Seriously? Rekannya pun kecewa. Wah, kataku mah.
I know how lucky you must feel for returning to your era after being isolated from the outside world for so long. I will take you to Romania and visit the orphanage where you used to live, if we still have time for that after the mission.
I'll do my best, Madam Hoffman. Whatever you need, as long as my arcane skill can do it. By the way, how's the timekeeper doing on Agent Island?
Marcus, have you already forgotten what I just told you? This is a confidential matter.
But it's in the news. Unknown island appears on the agency. Forces attacked by arcane creatures. Ownership over island causing conflicts between Bulgaria, Serbia, and Greece.
Tapi rekannya siapa dah? Rekannya Ezra.
Austro-Hungarian Empire and Russian Empire to establish a negotiating committee. Madam Hoffman, the increased turmoil could cause the storm to arrive earlier, right?
That is not our problem. The headquarters will send someone to intervene since it is caused by the Arcanum. Now, just focus on our destination, Vienna. Time to get out.
Di sepatu
Grab your
dia. Namanya begitu anjir. Itu amat anjir sepatu dia. Kaget dia pas tahu dia cowok tulen. Semuanya terkejut aku, abang.
Here it is, the national treasure of Austria.
Oh, kita di Austria.
Creamy chocolate cake
Vienna
with
tuh di
buttery
Austria,
ganache and
oke.
a delicious apricot jam. Created by the ingenious apprentice Franz Sacker in 1832, renowned throughout the world. The dessert of Vienna. Sackertot.
Emang trust jatuh itu pawang jamur. Kenapa pawang jamur? Karena rambutnya kayak jamur kah? Emang tapi dia cakep banget ya. And at the cafe entrance, Marcus Poultry looked over her mentor.
How should I cut it?
Little gift.
If I cut straight, the cake will get mushy. If I cut sideways, I'll miss out on the apricot filling. What if I eat it in one bite? No, how unrefined. The director would scold me for that.
Lucu banget sih Marcus cuy. Ya Allah.
There must be some other way.
Aku pengen nadi kepalanya anjir.
Remember all your training, investigator Marcus. This is the most
Asam ditampangin kue gini.
Don't get too excited or you'll ruin it.
Pingin ya, pasti kepingin. Aku ya kepingin anjir sumpil. And the fork falls.
Oh no.
As Hoffman cuts the shaker torte into with calculated precision.
But
oh, hello, madam.
No, nothing. Thank you for deciding for me.
Oh, si Ezra itu penelitian jamur-jamuran. The cake correctly is national treasure, soft and layered with apricot jam. It is consumed in a mere moment. Lucu banget suaranya anjir.
what was it here's, Marcus?
Oh, penelitian jamur-jamuran. Seingatku si Matkov juga hampir mati gara-gara pernah salah makan jamur koleksi Ezra.
The cake is way too sweet.
The cafe bustle with other comics and going. As Huffman checks her watch, now for perhaps the 15th time in fewer than as many times.
According to the plan, the head of the Vienna branch would pick us up and guide us through the necessary procedures of this era.
Ya gila, gak semua jamur anjir bisa dimakan. Matkov ya dan soalnya makan apa namanya koleksi jamur. Pengen pastilah. Nah, beli.
Is also more than 2 hours late.
Belilah.
Deduction. Let us hope otherwise. I'll go check if he got here before us.
Tapi kek mahal anjay. The mentor stepped out from under her umbrella shadow and heads into the cafe. Left behind, the apprentice looked around in
I bet
what?
that island is a secret base of the
Aimless.
Dulantan.
Yes, a few
That's why
words.
the Bulgarians are so anxious. They're worried about their exit on the Aegean Sea. A friend of mine is in the Navy. He saw a ship leaving the harbor loaded with gold. War is coming, friend. No. How does that explain the arcane creatures over there? I'd say it's never been discovered before. Like the Celtic Otherworld. You know, the heavenly land beyond the sea in Bran's legend. The Arcanum has declined after the Enlightenment. It is an honor for all of us in this era to find such a paradise from the past. You're not fit to be human if you don't understand what that island means to us, my friend.
Secret base. Other world. Fascinating. I need to write this down.
Kamu mau nulis berapa banyak, Marcus? Marcus opened her notebook, jotting down this bit of trivia with quick and earnest enthusiasm. Her desire to catch the length and breadth of this comment forced her to lean quietly, conspicuously until she finds she has become an object spectacle herself.
Miss, could you show me your papers, please?
Ah, right. I'm sorry. My friend has it. Could you hold on a minute? I am an arcanist sent from the headquarters of the St. Pavlov Foundation. I have a letter of introduction from the head of the Vienna branch.
Arcanist? Then you come with us, miss. Hands up and be quiet. Bring over the golems! We have an unregistered arcanist.
Huh?
Ya, Hoffman's attention is drawn to the commotion unfolding outside the window.
Marcus?
Sir, please listen to me.
Yeah. A single misstep caused a mistaken interpretation, a sign of defiance. Enough to compel this loyal city guardian to fulfill their duty.
Don't let her get away!
Udah dibilang disuruh diam-diam. Ini secret mission, kamu nggak boleh pengenalan anjing, Markus. Tebel juga gua anjir.
Straight to the point. I like that. Wait for the right into the darkness.
I found my target.
Addio, straniero. Liberato dalla paura.
Icaros, find your mark.
Cheer up.
Damage-nya counter lebih gede anjir.
I'll show you. I found my target.
Wait for the right moment.
Icaros, eyes on the target.
Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi.
What is happening? At ease, gents. Allow me to explain. This respectable lady is most definitely not a Russian spy.
A portly gentleman with handlebar mustache hurried over, his forehead glistening with sweat.
Ah, Miss Hoffman! So, this lady with the big case is your assistant? No spy would be stupid enough to carry an entire case of papers in public. So will be all, gentlemen.
Yep, Anda. The guard offered a salute before ushering the golem back to their boss. Hoffman's face is in the picture. Hoffman's face is the picture of awkwardness, one that could mark a new entry for this exact situation in the next field mission manual.
The gentlemen in Vienna have become exceedingly sensitive after the infamous espionage cases of 1913. And their pride was almost destroyed by the Redl case. The man was even head of counterintelligence and had a sexual orientation not tolerated in his time. Well, I'm not sure which of the reasons hurt them more. Sorry, Marcus. I should have told you that, as your supervisor.
Well, he not but only managed a half-spoken grunt of affirmation.
The belief that arcanists cannot cast arcane skills without the ability to speak. So old and superstitious. Like muzzling a dog when it gets out of control. Can we dispel it now, Mr. Carl?
I have to remind you, Miss Hoffman, that theoretically we have to go through an entire approval process before I authorize the dispelling of the mute spell.
Oh, di mute toh.
But whatever, who cares? They shouldn't have treated a young lady like that, for whatever reason.
Mr. Carl is portly and a pale man, his appearance punctuated by the scent of one's guard. In every way, representative of the Empire bureaucratic system. Overall, he seems pleasant sort of man, despite his position. Ternyata Markus itu di mute.
This was just a minor incident. You'll never find another place as tolerant as Vienna. The very same principles the Foundation
Iya,
strives
kan
for.
baru aja Markus mau ditangkap,
All
Bang.
registered arcanists can come and go as they please in this beautiful city. We even offer artists and musicians perks that cover every aspect of their lives, because Vienna loves art and music. Oh, speaking of registered arcanists, could you show me her Arcanum license?
Arcanum license?
Yes, ladies from the headquarters. Even so, I'm more than willing to skip some unnecessary procedures for you. We still have to be careful about
Jangan bilang
security,
nggak ada
you know,
Arcanum license.
especially when dealing with arcanists.
The portly bureaucrat rubs his hand together slightly. It is evident that he would be no easier to deal with than the column.
I don't think the headquarters issues such a license. No one told us to apply for one.
Oh, there must be some mistake. All arcanists entering Europe must possess an arcanum license issued by the local government. Austria enacted this policy in 1756. We abolished it in 1868, but we're in the time of great tension, so... you know... Perhaps this lady knows something. Miss Marcus?
Yes?
You are an arcanist, even though you're sent by the headquarters, correct? Show to me then. Your arcanum license.
Hoffman brow furrowed. This then what it looks when those in power wish to exert their authority. But the more pressing crisis here is that there will be no way to produce an authentic paper from 1914 without adequate preparation.
Marcus is my assistant on this mission, Mr. Carl. She is not to answer your questions directly given her rank and status. It is me, the one in charge, that you should turn to, not my assistant.
Oh, lady from headquarters, don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to usurp your authority. It's not an issue. You didn't have to.
I haven't.
Marcus handed over a slip of paper from her pocket.
Here.
Oh. Hmm?
Mr. Carl burst into stereoprotected sigh.
Is everything okay, Mr. Carl? Is it not acceptable?
Oh, yes, it's a perfectly good license. I can even smell the ink from the government office. Welcome to Vienna, Miss Arcanist from Romania.
Wait! Is Marcus'
have shown it to
power
me sooner.
is
It would
to
have saved us a lot
duplicate
of trouble.
something with paper or... The portly man smiled as he returned the permit to Marcus, who seems as though she has the step of a rocking boat.
I'm so sorry to have wasted your time.
Ya kayaknya dia arkan skillnya tuh berhubungan dengan kertas dan...
Speaking of which, no offense, but you are 2 hours and 15 minutes late, Mr. Carl.
The apprentice's apology is cut short as Sid is taken aback by her mentor's dramatic shift in tech.
My apologies. The Minister of Finance and I had a little too much at lunch. Well, your train was late too, wasn't it?
You were having lunch when you were supposed to be here. We agreed.
Relax, lady from the headquarters. You're just not used to this pace around here. Look at this industrialization and so-called modern designs.
Males, Mr. Carl. Halo Gustais, welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Terima kasih sudah minum, sudah sehat, sudah waras ini. Welcome.
Please forgive the train staff,
Dasar
the
malas
sewer
kamu, nak.
workers, and the plumbers. It is their right to be a little unpunctual, and enforcing this right is a symbol of our free will. In the end, you didn't wait too long, and I got to enjoy my lunch. It all worked out, right?
Hoffman remains unswayed and indignant. Meanwhile, behind her, Marcus hangs her head. Mary Mr. Carl's joy is alone.
So, why was your train late?
It crashed into a deer. A deer with free will.
Lagi hujan. Ih, tempatku juga hujan, jir. Namanya sehat-sehat. Sehat banget, sehat.
Mistake, ladies. The rumors about the Golden Isle had kept the branch busy. There was no one else but me to pick you up. It wouldn't have been so embarrassing if headquarters had sent us manpower instead of taking it from us.
I am also on the job, Mr. Carl. Should I include your complaints in the report?
Lah sama hujan ya, kan emang musim hujan, Bang.
That's okay. It's just a
Hujan
lunatics managed to
turun
lie.
lagi di
They're
bawah,
fucking
bawah,
criminals
bawah,
from the smoke
di
cafe,
bawah,
and people will forget
bawah.
about them in less than a month. Only a few would believe that it has any real influence on Vienna. You know, the young artists who think highly of themselves, the schemers with evil plans, and the conspiracy theorists suffering from neurasthenia. The Megas and the Bohemians are already giving us a headache. Arcanists, they are not at all the Empire's top ethnic concern.
Neurasthenia. An ill-defined medical condition characterized by resistant fatigue. Oh, penyakit. Intinya penyakit, okay.
But aren't you in charge of the registration and management of Arcanists?
Well, first of all, isn't my loyalty to His Majesty and the Empire? Before you use the title Head of the Vienna Branch to define me, I am first and foremost an honored citizen of Vienna.
Pinter banget ngomongnya anjir, bosen gua anjir.
And I thought you said this was a tolerant city.
Oh yes, we are responsible for dealing with the problems caused by the Arcanists, just as we deal with the Megas and the Bohemians.
Mr. Carl swing his cane and straight toward cheerfully.
All right, that's the venerable Vienna branch of the St. Pavlov Foundation over there. Let's go.
Okay. Marcus touched her left cheek, still warm from the touch of mute incarnation.
Mr. Call is very different from the staff of the headquarters.
In fact, most of the time the branch members aren't comrades who share the same goals with us. They're more like local officials we have to deal with. We need them as a buffer between the Foundation and the local
Dan
governments.
apa namanya orang yang
They can help
ribet
us maintain
juga.
peace in the human world. But you can't ask too much of them. Not all of them are cosmopolitans. Most of them put their emperor and their country first. That's why we shouldn't disclose classified information to them. Does it still hurt?
Oh, it feels much better now.
Good.
The mentor swing around as if on swivel with a face plane of
Marcus, did you already have that license before you joined the Foundation?
Yes. Austria abolished that policy in 1868, but Romania did not until 1913. I carried it with me out of habit. Thank goodness I did.
Aku kira itu palsu
This
anjir, ternyata
isn't
asli.
the era I'm from. That time has returned.
Never disclose any information about the storm or the era to irrelevant people.
The apprentice held her spades go by Hoffman's warning.
Put away a license. We need to catch up with Carl. Remember my words, Marcus. Never trust anyone, even if they're a branch member of the Foundation.
Panjang kali. Tiba-tiba kita gak diceritain vertinya malah ke
So
Markus.
this
Aduh.
is the Vienna branch?
Kita ganti MC kah?
It's splendid. Look at the walls, simple yet elegant. It's like a temple of modern art. I can read the contrast between different shapes and textures. This Mr. Ulrich must have put so much effort into the design.
Bagus banget anjir bangunannya.
It must be a very pleasant place to work at, Mr. Call.
Oh, no. This is a secession building. Another meeting place for the young artists to show off others and the
cuma apa namanya
cafes.
buat yang art.
They said they wanted to break away from traditional art. Well, it's more like they're breaking away from human life.
Dari tadi
There's
si
nothing
Mr.
to like
Paus
here.
ini kalau nggak
Only
sarkas ya,
inexplicable paintings and
pinter
neurasthenic
banget
lunatics.
anjir
But
ngomongnya.
people keep coming back. There are even secession groups to the secession, like cells dividing through mitosis. The entrance to our venerable branch is on the left. Please follow me.
A massive column stand at the door, towering over the
Notice the
approaching
guard?
trio.
It's the most loyal and reliable knight of Vienna, powered entirely by arcane ritual. The greatest achievement since the revival of Arcanum in Europe. In 1662, a royal magician from London offered it to the emperor at the time. Since then, it's got into the empire for centuries.
Santo aku, kowe ngomong apa toh, Pak?
Sir.
Berisik banget anjir. A figure emerged from within the shadow of the column.
Greetings, dear Saskapia. How's your son Tamino? I hear he's not getting along well with his fiancée.
Buset.
He's a strange one. What's he doing standing in the corner like that?
My apologies, Miss Hoffman. Please hold on. Terrific, Heinrich! Just as terrific as your pathetic art career!
That's great! Best wishes to you, Saskapia. Oh, my apologies.
He stand at the stand, giving a nod towards Hoffman and Mark.
Greetings to you, Angelotti. And
Shetty.
unknown lady.
Very shady. The gentleman turns and moves briskly into the temple-like edifice. Nggak tau lah. As peculiar in his exit as he was in his entrance.
See, he is one of those crazy artists. Everyone knows that I only have this beautiful daughter of mine. This mustacheless gentleman went to study in Berlin and has just returned. I guess he didn't learn much in class, and now he's throwing himself into opera. He must have listened to Wagner and Mozart so much it damaged his central nervous system. That's why he sees everyone as a character in an opera. Operas and music, they do harm to your eyes and fill your ears with...
Ya ampun, zaman dulu kalau misalnya kalian terlalu banyak nonton opera. Apa namanya, sama dengan kayak di zamannya kita ya, HP terus. Kalau zaman dulu opera terus, art terus.
I am getting off topic.
Carscan raps on the stone creature in front of him.
Don't worry, we've modified its original ritual to meet the needs here. Lots of people come in and out after all. You just need to knock on the armor 3 times, touch your mustache, and it will let you in. I forgot you have no mustaches, my dear ladies. But you do have arcane skills, right?
First of all, I am not an arcanist. Second, I am not as humorous as you think.
Fine, but that was no joke. This thing only accepts mustaches. It's a symbol that every gentleman should have. And not everyone's like Heinrich.
Misogini anjir. The absurdity seems to have finally broken the senior investigator's patience.
Just give me the list of arcanists we mentioned in the letter, Mr. Carl. We don't need to go into the branch.
Oh no, do you really want to miss the scenery of the Donau? As a site of the modern transport system, there's no better way to tour the ring roads than by carriage. And we've booked a room for you at the Zaka Hotel. By the way, have you tried the treasure of Austria?
Thank you. We already had it while you were enjoying your lunch. Now, please, give us the list.
Dimarahin tuh. Hoffman Tone marks the request as non-negotiable.
And I'm sure you've received a telegram from the headquarters. You are to investigate the people around Theophil von Dittersdorf.
Okay, all right. It's a pity, lady from the headquarters.
Bisik.
Here you are. And that's all of it. All of it. Oh, and this. 2 tickets to the Vienna Royal Orchestra. Please give them to Mr. Richard, and when you see him, send my sincerest regards.
Malah dijadiin tukang kurir kita. Who stand still, maintaining a distant politeness.
I will.
Who's Mr. Richard?
The contact between the Foundation and the Vienna branch in 1914. A phantom of history. At that time, people still believed the golden age that had begun with the last generation would continue as it should, and that their positions in government would be as unshakable as the long-standing empire.
Ternyata tidak. Movement not, watching as old card trap, tapped his cane and stroked his bird before disappearing into the corridor opened by a column.
Shoot, it won't let me in.
Gak bisa masuk.
You're not joking, are you, Mr. Carl?
I am not. Darn! What is going on? Is this thing broken?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm stuck. Oh, my belly. Oh, I had the suit custom made in Paris.
Lah dia. Ya. Kolomnya malfunction. The ancient knight awakened in slow stir, shaking off a heavy layer of dust as the stick vanished.
What on earth is going on? Why is the defense system activated?
A comical voice emanates from within the statue, lifting and quick, like a rubber ball bouncing around inside the hollow frame.
Marcus, can you read its internal rituals?
Considering its sluggishness, yes, I think so.
Good. It's a good chance for you to get some experience. Just stay safe.
Powernya apa toh? Power Marcus apa toh? Nah, bilang kita bisa pakai Marcus di sini.
Straight to the point. I like that.
Into the darkness. Wait for the right moment.
I found my target.
Non voltarti indietro. Liberato dalla paura.
Death comes for us all.
Nah, gampang.
Che la morte ti dia la pace che cercavi. Requiem.
Oh, no! Miss Hoffman, these columns represent the spirit of the Vienna branch. You shouldn't be so violent!
Ya, tapi itu.
Adapt, improve, and advance. Arcanum should be kept up with the times, not lock itself away in a museum and wallow in the good old days. There was something visibly wrong with this thing, and we were rightfully doing our job. If you have any concerns about this, I'll include them in the report. And I should remind you that you've spent too much time on your free will. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Nine! Procedures are not the problem, darn it. You're not German, are you?
The division head muttered softly before proceeding inside at least.
So, what's wrong with the golem?
As Mr. Carl said, its structure is simple and yet incredible. The malfunction comes from one of the components. There's an extra stroke on the enchantment.
Oh, berarti ada yang nge-tweak.
These strokes look new. I guess the staff made a mistake when they did the maintenance or repair.
No, I think someone
Let's hope so.
Someone is tweaking.
Now take a look at this before Mr. Carl comes out. Several days ago, a member of the field agent squad found a painting that was reported in this magazine, The Pan. It belonged to Theophil von Dittersdorf, a deceased artist from Vienna who committed suicide. Its name is The Salvation, and it was found along with a poem. The poem mentions the doomsday, the reversal of time, and the rain.
Salvation and rain. It sounds so...
Yes, and given the sightings of Manus leaders in Vienna, we believe Theophil came into contact with Manus leaders before he died, and probably learned the truth of the storm and the method of salvation. This was how Manus Vindicte recruited Arcanists in 1929.
Ah, itu caranya.
If he knew the method of salvation, why did he still kill himself?
Untuk menghilangkan jejak, Marcus takes the magazine with ready curiosity, looking at the small clips.
Auf der Suche nach Silenus im Walde fragte ich ihn, was ist das Beste und Wunderbarste für den Mensch? Die Lehre, wo der Mensch nie geboren wurde, sagte er.
Ich betrachtete ihn, den Ring des Lebens, den Ring aller Leben. Deine Hände formen den Ring, und das Urteil wird ausgesprochen. Am jüngsten Tag, in der Dämmerung, wenn die Geschichte verblasst. O Welt, sein Kopf beißt sich in seine Füße, seine Knie berühren seine Nase. O Mensch, sie bewohnen die Erde und warten darauf, dass der Himmel fällt. Gestern wird zu morgen. Morgen verwandelt sich wieder in gestern. Wer wird im Regen verschwinden? Wem wird das ewige Glück gewährt, die Gnade von oben? Und diese Lehre, das Aufhören der Existenz?
That was so moving, Miss Sieglind. Poor Sigmund. My best friend has returned to the void. Thank you all for coming today to shed tears for our departed hero. He was a righteous and noble man who cared for his people. He was still trying to save the Arcanists on the Golden Isle before he died. He left us so many beautiful poems and
Kamu
paintings.
shady sekali, Henry. Ah, nggak tahu lah NPC di sini
ashes.
shady semua anjir.
The only thing that survived was the salvation. We were in a golden age of progressive ideas. We believed the Enlightenment would make ignorance history and lead us to paradise where everyone would be saved. The barrier between Arcanists and humans would be removed. In Vienna, that tolerant city, we would stand together hand in hand, back to back, reliving the intimacy we once shared when we first came into this world. Oh, world. Its head bites its feet. Its knees touch its nose. But the reality is, the survival space of Arcanists is shrinking. We try to speak up in our own language, but that only makes us strangers in our own land.
Mending gua dengerin Matt kemarin
That's why we
anjir.
have decided to exhibit Sigmund's last work. Not only in memory of the deceased, but in memory of his noble spirit, his sincere concern for his people, and his scrutiny of this tragic world. There is no need to be sad, my friends. He has left us with the Rheingold.
People gathered not their heads. Some of the women began to weep softly. Halo Noru, welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Terima kasih sudah menonton. Sudah suara sini.
We will
Welcome.
found a committee with the funds raised by the exhibition to improve the conditions of unregistered Arcanists.
The youngest and the most outstanding opera singer in Vienna, Theophel's sister, Isolde von Dietersdorf, will present the details.
Menengahi Isolde, she takes a graceful step forward. Nah, Isolde-nya kok di sini? Bukannya disiksa ya?
Now I see why we were ordered to investigate Theophil's connections. There may be spies from Manus Vindictae among them.
Berkomentar note in approval. Handing over a stack of documents.
I know the Vienna branch has a lot of bureaucratic problems, but we need the help to carry out the mission in this era. The search warrant, the letter of introduction, the evidence collection permit. They've provided us with all the official documents we need in this era, as well as a list of all the arcanists in Vienna in 1914. But we're not going to cooperate with them any further, because of the requirements to confidentiality. We'll only need manpower from them in the following operations.
Jadi kekuatannya Marcus replies by opening the Techno Register of Arcanists. Desperate to prove he hasn't gotten distracted this time.
In case you spend a whole day on the A section, Marcus, we're looking for Theophil. Starts with a T.
How did you know I was starting from line A?
The apprentice drove her shoulder, sinking back into the book. With the help of her akan skill, she easily find the information that Hoffman seeks.
It says Theophil belonged to a group of artists called the Circle. They often gathered in the Secession building. Madam Hoffman, I think we can make contact with them one by one.
Tiba-tiba teriak. Apa itu?
What's
Siapa yang
happening?
teriak?
I sense strong arcane fluctuations over there.
Their eyes center on the door of the session
I think
building.
it's a ghost.
Mana ada ghost, anjir? Poltergeist jangan-jangan. Siap.
Isolde? Isolde!
Building kenapa?
My god, she passed out again.
To gather around in loose circle, bringing her their hand but offering little help, knowing there's a little they can do without making spectacle of their compassion.
She must have smelling salts on her. Find them.
What is going on? Make way! Make way! Let me see.
Akanya! People, make way for the doctor.
Isolde, can you hear me? Oh no, it's a seizure.
Kayaknya Gemini ekspresinya minim banget ya. Memang minim sih.
Heinrich, do you have any props she can bite?
Beneran pure visual novel. Yap.
Doctor, help! Please help me. They are here. The paintings, they are here.
She can't wait. Isolde, open your mouth.
Dikasihin tangannya kah?
Doctor, your hand is bleeding from the bite.
It's okay. What happened just now? She was fine when I left 10 minutes ago.
I don't know. We finished reciting Sigmund's poem and...
Sigmund? Oh, you mean Theophil? I see what's going on here. You've aroused her trauma.
You shouldn't have invited her to her brother's exhibition, Hanyek. And you even read his death notice in public. You should have known it would upset her. He was the only family she had left.
I did not. I thought she had completely recovered.
What?
She should have recovered from the electroshock therapy.
What kind of nonsense is that? Dr. Schwartz is a liar without a conscience. He takes pleasure in the pain of his patients. I know how he managed to fool the medical association. Those rich morons don't care about the patients at all. Soon as you mention fancy words like advanced or science, they'll throw their wallets at you as if they'll be left behind by the times. They're all blinded by the shining glamour of progressivism. And they even scoff at psychoanalysis, the real meaningful discovery of the era.
Kan dia pintar banget anjir, dokter. Au, suaranya. A person screams silence her arguments. Suaranya bro. The screaming woman drenched in sweat. Please, the frame painting turned into gunsaw aimed at cutting about. Berskal, aku nggak akan membaca itu, oke? How terrible, an almost delightful thought, but what if it's like the oil painting on this canvas, or like a teacup, like a neat triangle, like square, like circle. Ow.
Nein, Theophil! Nicht weg von mir!
Theophil yang ngebut. The electric light go out, and a series of candle ignites simultaneously. Itulah.
Schau dir den Ring an, Theophil. Er ist so wunderschön.
Isolde gila anjir. In the candlelight, Isolde's face is deathly pale.
Nein, das war meine Schuld.
Ya ampun.
Ja, ich werde es besser machen. Ich kann es schaffen. Ich kann immer noch singen.
Isolde?
The woman pulls Kakania down by her collar.
Bitte, schau mich an, Doktor. Hilf mir. Bitte, hilf mir.
I will, Isolde. Now let go of me first.
Oh no. It's a seance. But Miss Tosk only does it before performance.
Of course it turned out this way. She's lost control. She summoned evil spirits this time, not the good ones.
Nein! Geh weg!
Kakania breaks free from her grip and follows Isolde's distant gaze.
She's afraid of the paintings. Oh, poor girl. It's her brother's paintings.
Tolong. Cerita apa sih ini anjir? Kalau aku pusing.
Heinrich, give me a hand. Draw the ghosts away by whatever means.
Tiba-tiba ada ghost anjir. Aduh, ceritanya nyampur banget anjir, reverse. Aduh, my head.
These souls are no longer bound to their bodies. They're a nuisance to deal with.
Hey, over there! Leave the doctor alone! I bought this bullet with my savings. Who took it out of my body? It was you. You!
Enough of your ugly fuss. What family are you from, miss? How much property do you own?
Go away! It's not working! You'll have to try harder, Mr. Heinrich. Leave her be, gentlemen.
Geregetan aku, geregetan.
You'll see it coming.
She took half my body. No, Father will scold me.
It will be over before you feel it.
Yeah!
Nobody! A quack with the stink of a monkey! How dare you lay those filthy fingers upon me?
Heinrich, I'll take care of Isolde. Take this.
Oh, catching a ghost with my hands. Yeah, it's so soft and sticky.
Give it back, you thief!
Ghost tapi punya badan, tapi bisa dipegang. Soft and sticky. Are you mochi?
sind jetzt sicher, Isolde. Spüren Sie nun den Druck meiner Hände.
Pakai bahasa apa ya BTW? The wandering spirit busy themselves in entangling the unfortunate gentleman. Kakaknya catching her breath. Then he clasps her hand over Isolde's ears.
Der Druck wird Sie an
Halo
einige
Raskal,
Dinge
welcome.
erinnern.
Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Terima
Sie
kasih
werden langsam
sudah
und
bersuara
stetig in Ihren Kopf gelangen und Ihnen nicht
Jerman kayaknya, Jerman kau. Ya di Venia sih kayaknya, nggak tahu sih. Oh ada chapter 5 Jerman itu. Oh ini Jerman. Oke.
Gut, das ist es. Wenn ich den Druck loslasse, öffnen Sie langsam Ihre Augen.
Aku suka anjir, soalnya VA-nya pakai bahasa lain-lain. Tapi aku juga nggak ngerti ngomong apa itu. Tetep aja aku harus baca subtitlenya.
Jetzt sagen Sie mir, was haben Sie gesehen? Was ist passiert?
Isolde ini berarti gila ya. The woman clenched her teeth, struggling to push out her greeted word.
Dr. Schwartz told me that humans are rational and we should be able to control ourselves completely. But I failed.
Semua ini gara-gara Acip sih. Kenapa Acip dibawa-bawa ke sini, Jir? Antara Jerman logat Jermania atau Austrian.
By everyone.
Mirip-mirip kah Austrian sama Jermani?
As long as you receive proper treatment in the hospital.
Kan kamu yang nulis judul labnya. Kan light.
I'm cured.
Kan yang satunya. Bukan yang ini.
Isolde.
No. I mustn't act like Mother or Teofil. The Dittersdorfs can't bear. The opera can't bear.
The murmuring, her breathing gradually even out. Kasihan Isolde.
Please take Miss Dittersdorf to get some rest.
Kira-kira kekuatannya apa, Anjir? Pengen tahu Anjir kenapa dia begitu. The gentleman barks a comment to the guests gathered around and moved to help the girl into the backstage. Natania rise, rushing to the door of Secession building like a gust of wind.
What about you, Doctor? Where are you going?
Austria sama Jerman sama bahasanya. Oh. Her grand figure swiftly disappeared beneath the doorway. But before the door can close and a hand hold its motion.
Kakanya? Huh? You are from the Foundation. And
Aku baru tahu Austria sama Jerman sama bahasanya. Logatnya aja yang beda.
Unknown lady.
Aku baru tahu. Angelotti? Who is Angelotti again? Sesuai nama mereka, Isolde von Distardorf dari keluarga Distardorf. Namanya susah. Gelap. Susah banget tuh nama, anjir. Outside the Temple of Art, the mentor imparts a final set admonition to
Remember, Marcus,
her.
the working staff of the Foundation
Birthday.
branch will take care of the dispute in their fashion. We just need to follow him in. The members of the Circle are top priority, but before any of them can be convicted, as said before, all we have to do is silently observe and respect their lives.
Risol deh. Kenapa risol? Tuh jadi pengen makan risol. Tatiana, Clara Fingler. Itu nama aslinya. Clara Fingler. Namanya bagus anjir.
That lady in green seemed to be in a bad mood.
Yeah, very bad mood for the doctor's cat word, it word, quick word, it word.
He seems busy at the moment.
Nggak tahu deh namanya siapa, anjir. Dokter siapa sih?
Gentleman is a person of this era.
Wah, ada Hoofman. Yup. Ada Madam Hoofman.
Original course of action.
Marcus sinks back into her mire of indecision. Mrs. Greta Hoofman. Hoffman gently passed Marco's shoulder, drawing back her focus. Fortunately, the Vienna press officer does not notice this minor episode. His attention is captured by the arrival of an uninvited acquaintance.
My, Mr. Rigoletto. Your hair has grown so fast. To what do we owe this pleasure? Are you also here for the exquisite art?
Can you just be normal for once, Heinrich? And stop calling me by those opera names. Someone reported an arcane disturbance here. I see candles. Are you holding a seance? I must remind you that arcane rituals are not allowed unless you have a separate permit. Excuse me? That's not fair. The first permit already costed us a... Please calm yourself, sir. Be mindful of what you implied. The Viennese government has ensured you the greatest possible freedom.
Kayaknya saudara sama Enigma, soalnya nama mereka pakai Hoffman. Enigma Hoffman. Iya, mereka memang sister and brother kok. Tadi pas ketemu sama Lucy. Anjir, ini orang agak Inggris Jermannya kuat bener. Ya kan, PA-nya bagus kan, logonya bagus kan, ya kan. But I mean ceritanya nggak seberapa sih kalau menurut. Nggak terlalu runtut.
No other place as tolerant and open-minded as this one. In return, you should do your part and cooperate with the government.
Seance? What seance? Nothing of the sort, Mr. Rigoletto. This is just a rehearsal of the play. The candles, the settings, and of course, these paintings once bathed in fire. Yes, this is an art exhibit, a youth rally, or, as we prefer to call it, a visualization of the future.
I demand a rational conversation. Now, I must question the sanity of this gathering. Is there no one here who is of sound mind? If not, I'll have to...
I'm terribly sorry. Mr. Strauss, sorry to keep you waiting.
Miss Detestorff. Bless you, madam. I did not expect to see you here.
Oh, sorry that we troubled you. I'm here from a late
exhibition
and for rehearsal for the coming performance. We got a little carried away. Made you come all the way here to check on us.
Please, madam, as your friend, I do not wish to cause you discomfort. In fact, Mr. Carl and I were talking about you over brunch earlier. He was truly impressed by your talent at the opera.
Mr. Carl is too kind. Since my mother passed away, he has been such a caring friend to the family.
You have a crush on Isolde,
Just a misunderstanding.
Madam,
please understand that I still have procedures to go through. Would you mind if I investigated a little?
The man leans in, his voice has whisper.
By investigate, you know, just a quick look around the building.
We are grateful to have a responsible employee like you, Mr. Strauss. Please, help yourself.
Mr. Strauss, are you having a crush? At the other end of the hall, investigators from headquarters uphold their duties with familiar diligence and effort. Hoffman imperceptibly shake her coat as fine thread like spider silk disappear into air attached to tiny floating particles.
Wow! The spider tail and the detection spores. These are Laplace's auxiliary devices for perceiving arcane power. I've never seen one before. Only investigators
Kayaknya ngebawa logatnya bagus sih, cuman sayangnya expression visualnya flat banget. Yeah, noticing the excited glance toward her, Hoffman leans in to whisper to the young investigator.
Marcus, come, give me a hand.
On it.
Sayangnya iya memang apa namanya kayak visual novel cuman.
They're the work of Theophil von Ditterstoff.
Apa gara-gara tema gamenya
They're the
aja ya?
perfect
Kayaknya
subjects
gara-gara
for
tema
reading.
gamenya aja sih. Tapi aku tetap aja suka sama VA sama artnya. Glam is gripped with the tighter. She lifted her head and began reading. The words around her becomes a matter of effortless ease to view.
Only a third of the picture can be read, but I can see it clearly. An ingenious composition that balances the different elements of the picture. Sadly, the creator focused too much on the form and overlooked the content. The frame is made of... not important. Next page. This one is luckier.
Ya ini artnya bagus banget.
So we can see
Aku
the
suka
lower half
banget
of the
anjir
lady in
sama
the
artnya.
picture. But Theophil certainly had a way with women. She was not his first prey.
Hah? Hah? Jam 5, aduh. Jam 5 saatnya apa refresh ini game. Hei, tolonglah, cepat.
And this one, only a frame remains. The rest of his works are too damaged, but I do remember an intact one somewhere. But aside from this, I don't see anything else. Next page.
She turned coloring with a pair of light-colored eyes. Despite the distance, it feels as though Isolde is gazing back at her.
People can be read too. That person, Miss Isolde.
A deep breath, the face unfolded before her eyes once
Unlike other
again.
ladies pursuing the latest fashions in Paris, she still wears the corset, with only some Art Nouveau jewelry by her waist. She's as
Aku banget
delicate
anjir
as a
Isolde, sayang
butterfly.
gila
She is a renowned
Markus
medium.
karakter paling
The
pemalu
Bitterstuff
apalagi
family
pas
is
baru
well
masuk
known for
foundation.
their mediumship.
Malu-malu kucing,
They
lucu
use that
banget
power
anjir tapi
mostly for art. That is, they summon a spirit to possess their body so they can sing, write, and paint like no other. They also suffered for this power. Racked by neurosis and hysteria, the family has had very few members despite its long history.
kekuatannya tuh jadi medium khusus.
Wait a minute. The picture behind her is still intact, and it is enormous. Is that the Salvation?
BTW di Ark ini ada unsur Yurinya antar kakaknya sama Isolde. Kawan, perasaan Reverse 1999 dari awal sampai akhir itu aku melihat banyak bau-bau Yuri ya. A voice lifts up behind her, bursting from behind the warm smile of the freckle-faced face man.
This painting is the work of my dearest friend, Sigmund. The Salvation. The only piece he left behind that survived the consuming flames. These enchanting, magical circles, one next to another.
Contoh, Snyder sama Vertin.
I was only reciting Mr.
Matilda sama
We
Soneto.
were passionate about the subject.
Siapa lagi ya?
How regrettable. She would have given you a much better explanation
Kayaknya
if
itu
she were
doang
here.
dah.
Her words can
Terus
easily
sekarang
stir
kakaknya
one's
sama
soul.
Isolde. Di sini banyak Yurinya udah kayaknya.
Did you say Kakanya? You have a friend called Kakanya?
Oh yes. Every artist has their own nickname. I also have the honor of knowing the Orange Knight, Victor of the Rhyme, Apfelstrudel.
Apfelstrudel?
Are you a friend of
Apfelstrudel?
Kakanya? Too bad she just left. She should be meeting with Dr. Schwartz by now.
Part. Dr. Smart. Marcus looks up. Her mentor casts her eyes to the same spot and shakes her head gently.
No, the name sounded a little strange to me, that's all. But I appreciate the explanation, sir.
Ya, kalau misalnya in the air, the dispersed force still imperceptibly. Bang bang crash. The dust from the explosion pervaded the air, sucking deep into the nostril and open mouth.
What happened?
Ya, ada hantu lagi. Ada hantu
Are
lagi.
these ghosts? Didn't you say there wasn't a seance? This is Dietersdorf. I would very much like an explanation.
Oh, they're still chasing me!
The detection spores have taken effect and enveloped the ghosts. Marcus, can you still read?
I think so.
Katanya Markus itu cuman
Good.
baca.
I'll draw its attention. You take care of the arcanum part.
Interesting power you have there. Tapi ditajukan secara langsung aja. Oh ya, hierarchy emang. Tapi fun fact, player base first 19.
Join with us, comrades.
Itu mayoritas cewek? Really? Really? I see. I can see why.
Into the darkness.
I mean,
Wait for the
cewek-cewek
right
di sini nggak? Wah.
Found my target.
Yes,
It will be over before you feel it.
semua anjir. Padahal
Don't
karakter
fuck me
playable-nya
yet,
dominan cewek. Tapi monge, kok si siapa tuh yang karakter paling keren bakal muncul. Siapa karakter siapa. Contohnya ada. Wah,
Miss Dietersdorf, you told me this was just an opera rehearsal. Now look at this mess. And more importantly, my two assistants are still here. I must ask you for a good reason to report to my superior.
contohnya ada. Aku keren kah? Nggak ada keren-kerennya. Mana kerennya? The pale girl remains silent, bowing her head. Yang Haname pilih di banner.
Oh,
Ah,
sold. My dear lovely gal.
yang itu Winsong. An all too familiar mustachious face arrived without invitation. Her steps are as steady, bouncing waddle as he approached and take a shoulder hand.
Mr. Karl.
Director? Look at you, so pale. The play is sapping your strength. Come, child, come to me. I told Schwartz to take good care of you. Well, I guess he can't be in two places at once. The frequent presentations must have been too much for a doctor such as he. I've learned that you've recovered from hysteria, which is good, but promise me that you'll look after yourself, will you? Your late mother suffered a tragic end, and it would be unbearable for the Empire to lose another star.
I hate Carl. Can you shut
You
up?
flatter me.
Can you shut up?
Joseph? Yes.
Anda salah satu player cewek yang main R19. Iya sih.
Don't be so hard on them.
Aku salah
Those
satunya yang
wonderful
main
stage
Reverse
effects.
1999 juga
Heinrich
sih.
is an expert at this, yes?
Tapi kan aku sukanya
But
karena
better
itu
demonstrates our
VA-nya.
free wills and respecting the artists in their
Iya.
work. None of us would mind an episode of excitement every once in a
Sama
while.
artnya sih. Carl meets Hoffman's eyes in another overly affable attempt at the cuteness.
Even the gentlemen from the
nature.
headquarters would agree with me, don't you think?
Don't you think?
Yes, you're right.
Hey.
We are short on manpower, and the assistants should focus on more important matters.
Iya.
We should leave.
We should leave. Mana Winsongnya? Bukan yang ini kah? Yang setelahnya kah? Ini
Sunlight eases people's mind and endows diamonds with glowing luxury.
Siapa sih namanya? Aku lupa
What a
anjir.
perfect occasion for deceit.
Tenan. Lihat aja ini
Good
artnya
day,
cuy.
my lord. You're too kind visiting me, and I regret
Art.
to receive your
Nah, artnya itu siapa itu ceweknya cuy? Siapa cewek yang di Kabedon coy? Maaf. Aku mau jadi cewek yang enggak. Oh my god, skinnya. Oh, Tenan itu vampir kah? Lain Winsong yang vampir. Di sini juga ada vampir, ada werewolf juga kah?
Alright.
Damn. Enang cewek
Sunlight eases
ganteng.
people's mind and endows diamonds with glowing luxury.
Cewek ganteng banget anjir.
What a perfect
Aku
occasion
mau
for
dong di kafe. Thumbnail.
Speak.
Oh, Semnelius. Dia vampir. I see. Wah, ini nggak bisa sampai selesai sih chapter ini. Kayak banget. Aku apa namanya nyelesain chapter spesial juga. Mau sampai jam berapa aku
Good
kalau
day.
nyelesain?
I would like to check the date of a novel. Yes, it is Der Mann ohne Eigenschaften by Robert Musil.
Samuel aslinya manusia, tapi terinfeksi jadi setengah vampir. I see. Kenapa dia bisa terinfeksi? Apakah itu termasuk spoiler?
Just as I remembered it. The novel was completed in 1930. The word Kakania was also created by Robert Musil. Kakania should not be a nickname for anyone in 1914.
It doesn't belong to this era. She could be with Manus Vindicte, or at least associated with their people.
What's more, when we were at the Secession building, I read that painting, The Salvation. It seemed out of place compared to the other paintings. Théophile may have applied a new technique on The Salvation, a more daring kind, audacious even. But these are only subtleties, I can't be too certain. I was interrupted by that strangely speaking gentleman, so I didn't get everything. Another thing, its content reminds me of the symbol of the circle.
Circus romance through the bookcase, finding the pamphlet tag with the thick register.
This twisting circle resembles the circles in The Salvation. Heinrich called them magical circles, one next to another. They must be more than just circles, I think. Was he demonstrating the madness of passion? But the lines are clean. Perhaps the purity of eternity? No, the circles are too twisted for that. Or was he just representing
Yes, spoiler
a
kalau
primitive state of
dijelasin.
being?
I don't understand any of it. So this must be art.
Ma'am, you're funny sometimes.
I wasn't joking.
Huh?
Based on what we know, we can't be sure if this group of young arcanists and the Manis are connected. But we all know that the latter is eager to win over the cynical revolutionary youth. You did well, Marcus. The important figures of the circle, Isolde, Heinrich, and even the late Théophile. We had made contact with them all. Only this Kakania. What does the intel say about her? The important figures of the circle, Isolde, Heinrich, and even the late Théophile.
Isolde, Heinrich.
We had made contact with them all.
Heinrich jadi Heinrich.
The important figures of the circle, Isolde, Heinrich, and even the late Théophile.
Ooh, the accent is so thick, bro. Very thick.
Kakania, also known as Miss Clara, inherited her arcane skills from her family. She's able to reflect people's thoughts in a mirror. She was once a medical student, but dropped out halfway through. These days, she shows up at various social events as a psychiatrist, which the Foundation tries to prohibit because she doesn't have a license. And she is also an activist.
An activist?
According to Mr. Heinrich, she is meeting with a doctor named Schwartz today.
Schwartz, the family doctor Carl mentioned. Let's try our luck there.
There.
Now then, Miss Clara, Mr. Schwartz. Only 3 weapons are allowed in the duel. The army knife, the sword, and the pistol.
I will leave the choice to Dr. Schwartz, for he has more experience in these duels than I do. It's an honor to fight you, and I look forward to ending your winning streak.
Tiba-tiba duel anjir.
Not so much an honorable thing for me.
Kenapa tiba-tiba duel anjir?
Excuse me, please.
Woman extended her hand mercilessly, cleaving a path through the crowd.
Pardon me, what is happening?
Udah sampai sini. Ya sudah sampai sini.
Just
Memangnya
as
mau
Dr.
sampai
Schwartz was demonstrating his therapy, Miss Clara barged right in. They were arguing, and this is how they decided to end it. To ensure fairness of the duel, the combat must happen within 48 hours of the challenge. But I've never seen one take place on the spot.
Well, I hope they know what they're doing. I don't want to get caught as collateral damage.
Udahlah, sampai kalau ada
Dress. So she is Kakanya. What do we do? If she gets injured, our mission will...
No, Kakanya is
Don't
strong
worry about
lah.
people in that time. It is their life to live.
Objection. Tiba-tiba datang ke apa nulis objection. Kita welcome Arui, welcome. Gimana kabarmu hari ini? Terima kasih sudah menulis dan saya sudah welcome.
This is Investigator Greta Hoffman.
Greta Hoffman.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Kabarku kehujanan. Mana-mana hujan ya.
The field agent squad needs to speak to me. This won't take long. I will leave this to you. Remember what I said, Marcus.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam. Lucu banget Marcus. Open toward the baroque modern door made of mahogany. Ya itulah. Before her figure disappeared at Miss Crowd, only her face still and flesh assistant remained.
Leaving this to me.
Deg-degan tuh Marcus. Marcus recite it to herself as a mantra, attempting to slow her racing heart.
Breathe, Marcus. There's nothing to be nervous about. You can't be an assistant forever. There will come a day when you're all on your own. Just like at the secession building, I only have to watch her. If I end up talking to Miss Kakanya, I'll just pretend to be an ordinary employee of the Foundation. Easy. You used to do well on your own when you were reading in the lighthouse and the forest.
Mana smile wishnya?
Dr. Schwartz. 3 times he has been involved in duels, and 3 times he has won. Impressive. This time he's still going for the pistol. But Miss Kakanya does not have an assistant, and she has only 1 witness in this duel. This is not right. Why did she agree to this? She's being reckless. Even an arcanist should have at least 1 assistant in a duel. Dr. Schwartz's assistant brought them a pair of pistols. FN Model 1910. Is that a right weapon for a duel? It's too crowded here. I can't see.
Oh, lucu banget. Marcus sih.
No, the pistol given to Miss Kakanya. Something's wrong with it. The bullets. Her life is in danger if the duel begins. But Madam Hoffman warned me about the consequences of intervention. What if I just go and talk to her as an employee of the Foundation branch, like I did at the secession building? So far, Heinrich has been difficult to communicate with, while Mr. Carl doesn't want us to get in touch with Miss Isolde. Miss Kakanya is the only person who is both a friend of Theophil and associated with the circle. But I have to be careful with this name. If she is indeed one of the Manus Vindictae, I will be jeopardizing this mission by going near her. But wait, she doesn't know that I'm from the headquarters, so she probably will talk to me. But how do I know she doesn't know my identity? What if Mr. Call is not to be trusted? And what if Mr. Call and she are in this together?
Anjir, Markus overthinker banget ya.
What am I thinking?
Kamu tahu Vienna Circle enggak? Markus patting her cheeks with unaware gusto, throwing side glance from the other person.
Stop. I'm not on the Flannan Isles anymore. I can't waste my day on endless thoughts.
Referensi ke dunia nyata.
Remember what
Wait,
Madame
ada.
Hoffman said. Think of the immediate mission. I have to prevent Kakanya
Vienna
from getting killed in the duel.
Circle.
She has the clues about Theophil that I need. Never intervene if you don't know the exact consequences of your actions.
Long deep breath.
I have assessed the risks, madam. I will not stand by and watch this
Seminar
happen,
matematika,
even if I don't know the
filosofi,
consequences.
pertemuan.
I need to make this clear to you. Not only have you hindered Miss Dietersdorf from getting the treatment she needs, but you have repeatedly defamed me.
I can only admit that you're right if you have to call a different academic perspective slander.
A different academic perspective? Do you really think Freud and his petty tricks are academic? One could hardly find a worse insult to science than this.
Is that so? Do you really mean that? Rumor has it that you taught the military the method of hypnosis for a price. Do you wish to clear things up here?
Mampus.
Your silence is a resounding yes. Tell me, why did you please the ministers with these petty tricks, but not with your most advanced electrotherapy you've been touting? Do you harbor negative feelings towards Mr. Freud because of his open rejection of hypnosis?
What does any of this have to do with you?
Many things, Mr. Schwartz. Your behavior has
Karena
greatly undermined the interests of
kenapa nggak
arcanists,
datang-datang?
who are your own people.
Muncul-muncul maksudku.
Not to mention that hypnosis is a violation of a patient's free will. And I have reason to believe that this duel is entirely personal. I must make it clear that your wife's appointment with me has nothing to do with the rumors of your lackluster performance in the bedroom. I'm not the real enemy, Mr.
Kakaknya?
Schwartz. The gossip mongers and tabloid writers are.
Kakaknya, slow down. Kenapa kamu ngomong tentang poor performance in bedroom, bro? Hell nah.
Are both duelists ready?
Bruh.
Perfectly ready.
I'm ready to...
No, she's not.
Huh?
Miss Kakanya needs another minute.
Their collective gaze caused her voice to tremble slightly.
The crowd. Shoot me. I want to go home. Why, oh, why did you apply for this mission, Marcus?
Lucu banget, Marcus. Despite her mental turmoil, she extended her hand, attempting a sandwich, something intact, or at least without resorting to crawling.
I am Miss Kanya's assistant. I am here to...
Sorry to interrupt, miss, but the last time I checked, I couldn't possibly afford a St. Pavlov Foundation member to be my aide.
Darn it, I forgot about my badge.
Oh iya, badge-nya belum ditutup. Hanya retract her pistol, swirling around her finger.
So, the Foundation is trying to intervene. Don't worry, Miss Foundation staff. Look around. We're doing it the human way. No arcane skills involved. The head of the Foundation branch should not be your role model. Mind you, you're giving up a part of your integrity for
Jangan lupa
taking his
ambil topi
calls.
kalau selesai quest
Terrible deal
biar
indeed.
bisa lihat storyline. Topi apa?
Besides, they're using human guns. They don't need the Foundation's license to use these. I'm not doing anything against the Foundation's rules, am I?
The Browning pistol spin once more in a perfect circle.
If it's urgent, can we wait until after the duel? Please
Kania
stand back.
keren anjir.
The bullet
Diputer.
cat tells the difference between friend and enemy.
Ngomong Marcus. Marcus is again interrupted by rapid fire speech of the other party.
Please don't use that gun. The bullets in it are dangerous.
What?
The bullets are wrong. The gun will burst if you pull the trigger. Sir, I demand that the gun be checked.
Kakanya grabs the half-turned gun tightly before deftly removing the magazine.
The size of these bullets.
A cold bead of sweat dripped down her spine.
I need an explanation, Mr. Spots. I thought you had at least the integrity of a gentleman. The bullets in my gun are wrong. If I pull the trigger, as Miss Foundation here said, the barrel will burst.
A bursted barrel? I remember now. That Anton boy lost the duel to Schwartz for the same reason. Did Schwartz do something to his gun too? And was the guard in on it too?
Udah buat buka story terhahulu. Di mana?
This is defamation. I have never...
Please, who is dueling here?
Ah, the guards are here.
Hey, don't step on my dress! Not good. Madam Hoffman has not come back yet. Madam Hoffman!
The young assistant is engulfed within a chaotic crowd.
Hey, miss! The helpful Miss Foundation employee! Miss Kakanya?
The green-clad pistoler extends her hand.
Don't stand there! Come here!
Kakanya grabs the side assistant's hand, pulling her into a fierce embrace without a second word. Versi kursi listrik ciptaan Edison kah mungkin? Kakanya lifts lighting herself onto the window frame.
Okay, this is a quiet float. We're going to jump, Miss Foundation. 3, 2,
pergi.
1. Here we go!
Woohoo! Start. Alamak, udah 5:30. Aku nggak. Jangan dulu kali ya.
Move, Siloka!
Got to sneak away. Don't worry, Miss Foundation. I won't leave you behind. I'll help you as you helped me.
That's not... Kanya, this way!
Ilich, I thought you were out selling wares on the street. Is that the magic mustache? You clever boy. Quick, name your price.
You sure you can afford that, Kanya?
Triple the price. Just about what I can accept. You know my limits, old friend. Put it on, Miss Foundation.
Put it on, Miss.
Don't take it off. You'll be exposed.
Hindi ako views. Ngapain sih? Masih lama itu.
It smells, but bear with it. Now keep quiet and follow me. I'll get you to safety. Lead us if you want your pay, Ilich.
Got it. Follow me.
Darkness.
Pakai
Wait for the
bird.
right moment.
I found my target.
It will be over before you feel it. You see it coming.
Death comes for us all.
Wait a minute. Aku notice pistol yang dipakai itu lumayan kontroversial. Kenapa? Ada apa dengan Ada apa dengan pistolnya?
Into the darkness.
Into the dark.
Wait for the right moment.
I'll show you.
Into the darkness. Non voltarti indietro.
Kirim SS di Discord aja. Oke.
Liberato dal fratello.
Kontroversialnya kenapa nih? Penasaran aku, Jay. Aduh.
Don't worry.
Che la morte ti dia la pace che cerca.
Oke guys, karena sekarang 5:30, Haname udah nggak bisa lanjut lagi ya guys. Besok kita lanjutin lagi. Seperti biasa jam 2.
Sunlight is
Seru sekali ceritanya.
and endows diamonds.
Nah, guys, ini topinya mana? Topi mana? Topi mana? Mana topi? Mana topi? Aku baru datang. Ya, maaf kan, udah mau jam 6, aku lapar. Nyoinetku. Enggak, tadi ada yang bilang ngambil topi di mana dah? Topi? Topi mana topi? History. Topi. Gimana topi? Halo topi? Yang mana sih anjir? Itu kedua. Oh ini. An effective way for interdepartmental communication and understanding the need of an employee. Banyak banget. Ini mah selesain baikly. Gampang. Who talk to Miguel and Chess and Horror Master? A good idea. And what is the creepy face of the little tank engine? Not already. My heart can take this. This plan was recommended anonymously with the attention of using familiar character to presence of closeness among employees. However, this mess failed to achieve the desired effect. Master and Mark II has now been initiated. Stop letting the spider run wild. You have already eaten 6 hour Madagascar hissing raw fruits. This is seriously affecting our progress. These are crucial pieces of experimental data and research that are at stake here. Look, just because we are researching the spider tail doesn't mean they are responsible for any of this. Our spider's tails don't even contain actual spider part. Maybe you should ask the third floor instead. They are the ones studying the hydraulics. Relax. Even though Madame Lucy is incredible sophisticated computer with no emotional models, and I am carbon-based life form naturally equipped with such model, I would like to make some modest suggestion. It would be beneficial for Madame Lucy to learn about the interactive for our carbon-based employee. This includes not interacting with prior notice, developing a better sense of humor, and not removing important component from their delicate machinery. Hello, X, the set of devices you designed is unnecessarily complicated. The work it is doing for exceed the shows needed to brew a pot of coffee under normal conditions, so I made some adjustments. As for your other point, I noticed today that my office wall is now covered with fake 230 face sockets. Is this what you call sense of humor? Oke guys, sekarang sudah jam 5:30. Aku otsu dulu, udah lelah, udah ngantuk. Saatnya otsu, besok lanjut lagi. Oh iya, jangan lupa guys. Kalian kan aku kan udah 1K. Jangan lupa isi kuesionernya ya guys ya. Ada di stream, ada di post. Cek. Dan jangan lupa datang ya nanti perayaan 1K-nya. Otsu guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next time. Bye bye. Ferry, kamu telat. Aku mau otsu. Kasih link lah. Ya, aku kasih link nanti. Oke? Otsu.